6 minutes, Kenman. 6 minutes. I wish I took bets on that. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. How y'all doing this morning? Trying to get Ron's channel linked up here, or put the chat anyway. There we go. Hope Rob to join us whenever he gets a chance. How's everybody doing this morning? Start at the bottom, go down. Turn the volume down on there a little bit. All right. Being on time out of spite doesn't count. Hey, I started the B-roll at 9:30. I know, right? A lot of heat on the table. Most of it not mine, but still a lot of heat sitting there on the table. How's it going, Mine and Milton? Tech support guru. B Shady, Angelo, Edwards, Ed Durbin in the house, channel member. How you doing, sir? Cash is EDC. Back up. Finish my live. TK's late as usual. If you start the B-roll by the time it starts, doesn't count. Really digging the 90s porn music. Great vibe. Well, thank you, Ed. Kevin says I left 137 people on that live. I knew I should have gone another 10 minutes. Probably could have went another 2 days, Kevin. I didn't know Kevin went to sleep. I think when the last time I pulled up YouTube, Kevin was doing a vertical, and then I pulled it up this morning, and there he was. Kevin's dedicated to that shit. He is going all in. Kevin says he loves the poon on that one. What's up, Aries? Aries listening while Sharpman, Robo, Stevio, Marco, always here, man. I appreciate that. Help with gadgets. What's up, Tommy? Watching from the deer stand. Gabe Harlan, who's seen this Sparko Smock skills. Kevin Smock. I have not, Gabe. Had to check those out. Those are some, I don't know, probably a year ago he did these, year and a half ago. Something like that. I love those scales on that one. Caffeine, baby. As long as that's all it is, Kenman. Ooh, let me get the camera to focus down here. Yeah, ma. Went to the Renaissance Festival yesterday, but I don't remember bringing the camera with me. Camera a little bit woozy this morning, looks like. We had a pretty good time, had some mead. David rode a camel and a horse. Lewis got a ukulele. Pretty fun time. Haven't been to the Renaissance Festival in forever. Kathleen Smith, how you doing, young lady? Did you go kayaking this morning? What percentage was the mead? You know, that's a good question. I think the second bottle, or the first the bottle that we got a bottle, and then we each had, me and Cole each had a couple of glasses, but the bottle was weaker, I think, than the glasses, and the bottle was like 9% or something. Some kind of, I think the bottle was actually some, what was the bottle? Man. Raspberry. I think it was raspberry infused mead. It's pretty good. The first one was like, oh my gosh. Had a glass from the first one, and it was like, good Lord. It was only Loki proof. TKE isn't for the Thor and Odin proof drinks. The first one was definitely Thor proof. What's up, Cassius? How you doing, man? Don't cut yourself. Good morning, peeps. Clicked on an old live like a dumbass and was like, why is nobody here? Sometimes you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, right? Kenman's been having a huge population in his lives lately with those verticals. Been doing them every day. I think Kenman's been doing them every day, it seems like, and he's definitely, I guess, doing them every day has helped him a lot, right? Because he has got a ton of people in there. Not to mention, Kenman's like got double the subscriber count that I do, I believe, at this point. Kenman's got, how many you up to now, Kenman? Got to be close to 7K, huh? If you slam a warm beer and yell, huzzah, it's a poor man's mead. Rody 7420 in the house, y'all. Rody has sent me some pretty nice leather works in the mail that him and his wife do. If y'all want to check out the Discord, my Discord, I think it's linked. It should be linked down in the description. He does some pretty cool leather works. He sent this bracelet for Cole. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty nice work on that one. And also, woo, come on. There we go. Also sent the Slip It Knight's Edge logo on it. They handmade, and I believe his wife painted the logo. She did the paint job on it, I think, right, Rody? Really nice stitch work on there. The Knight's Edge logo on it. Pretty cool, man. I'm definitely going to hit him up in the future for some, maybe a wallet or something. Pretty awesome work. So definitely wanted to showcase that, and definitely give him a shout out too. If you go to my Discord, in the description on the sale page, the for sale page, like, got a lot of cool stuff in there, and Rody is definitely one of them. What's up, Rick? What's TKE stand for? I don't know. You have me wondering on that one too. Rick saying good morning, everybody. B Shady 22. What's up, buddy? How's everybody doing? Everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Appreciate a lot of y'all came to the little vertical I did while I was sitting there waiting on the smoker to get done. Brisket turned out all right. I think it could have been better, but it turned out fairly well. The XL is Mr. Eddie's, Louis. I'll be doing the review on that one today, and man, I absolutely love it. Katie, what's up? Good morning, Katie. Rody's wife again decided to join as well. Enjoy the leather pieces. They are awesome, man. I absolutely love them, Katie. Cole loves the bracelet. I think she showed it off on the vertical live the other day too, but this thing is really cool. Great work y'all did on that. I saw the thumb of your face and decided against it. Louis says, I need one. Kenman having a good weekend so far? We've had a pretty good weekend so far. Did a little kind of low-key Thanksgiving. And that was pretty fun. And then went to the Renaissance Fair yesterday, and man, we had a absolute blast there. Definitely plan on going back next year when they do it again. Definitely can understand being nice to Cole, but why are y'all being so nice to TKE? That's gross. Front flip this thing. So far, so good. Don't cut yourself. Birdie says, I made the pouch. Did a great job on it. Got another one that's going to be in the 3K giveaway. I like a bluish looking hue on the back of that one. Really smooth on that side. Awesome stitch work on that. Pretty cool slip it. That's going to be one of the 3K giveaway items here in the next week or two, hopefully, right? Can't fit everything on camera. Hand stitch, damn right. Gorgeous, gorgeous work. War Room EDC, I think I missed him, man. Where did he go? I just saw him in here, right? Chris Juarez started a channel. If you guys want to go check him out, War Room EDC. He's starting to put up some content. Bushcraft rebooted. What's up, man? Anybody going live after me? I don't know. DVD usually goes live around noon Central Time. Rob says, Neil, I'm here. Getting some coffee. Getting my hot coffee that's finishing brewing. How's everybody? How you doing today? How you doing, Rob? Gareth, man, I just saw that super chat, man. Thank you, Gareth. Trying to get the chat to where's my clicker? There it is. Cracker Jack salute to you, sir. I appreciate that, Gareth. Gifted a Knight's Edge channel membership, and Don't Cut Yourself was gifted the membership. Salute to you too. Make sure you thank Mr. Gareth HB for the gifted membership. Don't cut yourself, and welcome to the Knights. Enjoy the cool emojis and mindless banner. That's a negative on that, Rick's Knives. Decision not being given away. Robo says, had to go tend to some chores. Somebody tagged me out on picking on TKE. Well, Eddie will be here in a minute, so he usually takes over pretty good on that, right? Bobo's Knives having a huge sale and selling out fast. That's the shot. This knife is very cool. That's the shaman in the logo, right? Yeah, Loot 10's going live too in a little bit. It usually goes around 2 o'clock, I think, Central Time. Loot 10 Techs. Gonna be a real party when Ron gets in here. I haven't had a guest on in a while. I don't know how the the bandwidth genies are going to handle that, but we'll see. Last time we had MPG in here, and it was pretty glitchy, I think, if I remember right. So hopefully just doing the tabletop view will keep down on that, you know. But who knows, Ron might wreck the internet. Love the smock. Ooh, you got the Rec 76 from GP yesterday, Louis? Awesome. Trying to think of a knife name that a few have recently picked up. Possibly Kubi, not sure. Name was an odd one like Morale or Watuga. Can't recall, but a few regulars bought one. Any thoughts? I got the Sin Cut Watuga, or however you say it. That one's pretty cool. Matter of fact, let's see if I can find it here. Talking about it. That is, was it that one, Kenman? That's the Sin Cut Watuga. Pretty awesome little knife, man. It's in D2. Nice little Warncliffe. Plunge lock. Really good little knife, I think. Especially for the price. Purple Norseman. She's a beaut. Mr. Eddie gave me a really great deal on that one. Knife that I've wanted for a long time. That is the Grimsmo Norseman, number 3744. Beautiful knife. That's awesome, Garrett. Man, I appreciate that. Going out Thursday. Fobo sale is like 40% off. Damn, that's crazy. Louis says, I want a Zizit from Wii. Not planning on ever selling it, B Shady, but you never know. And yeah, that one's gonna be in the collection for as long as I can have it. Also have the double honeycomb. Lanyard Man, what's up, Lanyard Man? Chef Rocky in the house. Lanyard Man, channel member, welcome in, buddy. Do you know how many knives Mr. Eddie owns? More than I'll ever own, that's for sure. Man, I don't know. I don't even know if Mr. Eddie knows how many knives Mr. Eddie owns. He doesn't usually have his entire collection on him at once. I know that. Got a little bit of an unboxing to do actually here this morning. I was going to save it for the live stream. Save it for when Ron gets in here. Louis says, I'm carrying my Drift LCT and French Custom. My budget carries a Pyrite Large with copper scales. S90V blade seal. That's awesome. Those were on sale too, I believe. I'm sure everything was probably on sale, but I saw S90V Pyrite Light for 75 bucks. That was pretty crazy. I didn't end up buying anything. Bought some meat at the Renaissance Fair. I know I heard Forever Peace. Just wanted to hear you seal it in. Rick says, be right back, switching the computer. Eddie says, not picking on you. We'll see. We shall see. If Eddie's not picking on me, I feel like something's wrong. Mead? Depends on what kind you get, Lanyard man. The first batch that we got yesterday was like, whoo, man, super strong. PKE got his balls out on the table. Mr. Eddie said, Louis, let me get that Prince. Needs, I think it's a honey-based alcohol. This is going to be a sad one to send back. The Sparrow Strix. Sparrow Knives Strix. You guys see me unbox this thing last week. Live. I can do that real quick. Garrett, hold on. Let's see. Oh, those are pretty awesome. Let's see if might be easier to the Ghost. What is that? The Ghost and the Capilavaro. Pretty cool looking. Pretty cool looking, Gareth. Man, I appreciate that. Killing me with the Urban Dictionary. Oh man. There's a recall on the Strix. I'll give you the new address. 50 ways Decepticon Hank just made it. Gotta hit the mail real quick. Be right back. Definitely pull that up in the pocket check here in a little bit, Louis. Oh, got banned from Instagram. Can't appeal, they say. Can't appeal, they say. Can't find my info. Damn, man, it sucks. Instagram's getting kind of crazy with the kind of being assholes towards knife content. Mike's Knives still need 78 subs for 253 prize giveaway. Yeah, man, y'all definitely go check out Mike's Knives. Mike, if you want, you're a mod on here. If you want to put your link in there in the chat, you can definitely do that. If you want to go sub to Mike's Knives, I know I'm subscribed to him. He is always in the live streams and seems like a pretty cool dude. Why do companies want to turn the pivot into a locking mechanism too? I think the first one that did that was the first one I saw that had that was the Truffles, right? So what I'm planning on, as soon as the live's over with, I was going to do or finish putting out the review sometime this afternoon on the Rosie XL, and then do like a little showdown video with them tomorrow. The Rosie showdown, the XL versus the regular Rosie. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Instagram hasn't banned me yet. Demco has a crazy sale on the blue number 2 right now. Buy one shape, get the other for free. That's awesome. 1931. Is that the D2 one they have on sale right now? I call it Black Friday, but really, the sales are going on all through the weekend and through like Cyber Monday, and there'll be a lot of other sales happening, I'm sure, for Christmas. So if you don't see one you wanted that's on sale, I would say give it a little bit of time. Hello, Brown Sugar. Welcome in, welcome in. These are on sale on Brian Brown's website, the Jaeger. Not this particular one, but they've got a couple, or they did have a couple of different variants of the Jaeger on sale. I think 3 different variants, each with the flipper and each without the flipper. Which the flipper doesn't really bother me on this one. I would probably, if I ever got one, and this is Mr. Eddie's, but I'd probably go for the non-flipper, just because that flat right there looks like it'd be perfect to, you know, put your finger on. But it's not uncomfortable with the flipper, which is, you know, kind of rare for me, at least. Post a link in the Discord. All right. Wonder how smooth screen share is going to go this morning. Let's see, BladeHQ, are they still doing the Black Friday sales? Looks like it. Some of the Black Friday sales are like, you look at them and it's like, yeah, is that really a sale? I know a lot of companies will mark up their stuff in the months leading to Black Friday and, you know, mark it down a little bit for Black Friday. I think I may have a complaint from the guy I want to give away from. And he said he did have money to send. Didn't say anything, just like his photos to keep memory fresh. Huh. That sucks. Maybe he wanted me to pay shipping. I would definitely not do that. I don't see that being good for the old reputation, you know, making people pay for a giveaway win. Silo. Okay. Let's see. Let me go see if I can do screen share here without it getting too crazy. Share screen. See what she does here. BladeHQ's Black Friday sales. For Benchmade, I think that's a pretty good deal on an M4 Osborne. Kenman says he loves frag titanium. If I'm doing a giveaway and I can't afford shipping at the moment, I would just probably wait to send them out, you know, till I could. You know, I definitely wouldn't make somebody pay shipping on a giveaway. But I mean, if I'm doing a giveaway, I would also, you know, make sure ahead of time that you know, you got enough money to ship the knives that you're giving away. Seems like it would be a prerequisite for doing a giveaway. So I got my giveaway win, speaking of, from Rob. Rob's Nerdy Knives sitting here. I actually still got to remove the shipping address. I can't do giveaways yet. I will when I can afford it. It says Bushcraft. I mean, that's the way to go, you know. I mean, not everybody can afford to do one every week, you know. Rob does a giveaway pretty much every week, which is awesome, I think. And does a members giveaway once a month. I think that's pretty awesome of him. Let's see if I can get a marker here to trying to get ready to do this little unboxing here. Scroll down a little bit, give you guys something different to look at. There are tons of scams on the internet for just $85. I can show you how to avoid them. It's funny. What's up, Brian F., channel member? How you doing? First giveaway when I hit 500 subs, only $2.95 to go. You'll get there, Rick. You got some good content, man. Let me get the old Sharpie out. Louis says, I like the copper colored iridium sheep's foot. All right, got that one. Excuse my fat finger. It happens. I'm gonna move a few of these off the table real quick. Getting ready to do my Ron unboxing here. All right. Other Neil, what's up, Neil McKenzie? KDM, I just joined today for you. I appreciate that, Katie. Anyone catch the Medford VHS live last night? I did not, until the trap takes us. Appreciate you coming, man. I believe you were in the vertical the other day, weren't you? Thanks for coming in. Pretty sure that's what the iridium sells for at Walmart. 7 days a week, probably so. Have to use my budget to buy a knife a month for the last 3 months and send them over there because I want to, and I just feel it brings me more joy. I do think next month I must get one for me. You definitely, Gareth, man, I appreciate that. That definitely means a lot, Gareth. Good to be here. John Tagamora, John Tagabori. Hear the misdemeanor tinging? That's it. The misdemeanor, as it turns out, it's perfect for cutting shipping labels off of boxes. Rob says, okay, I'm coming. My computer rebooted with Microsoft patches. I was away making coffee, and it said, let's do it. It said, let's do it now. It happens whenever you can, Rob. Take your time, buddy. Just mindlessly scrolling through the BladeHQ for sale page. I said some of these are like, you know, not really super duper sales. Cold steel expandable baton right there if you want to do a little whacking. Bushcraft, I'm trying to sell some knives for Christmas money. Put them up in the Discord, Bushcraft, in the for sale section. The knife sale section. Hey, Randy. John Tagamori, be right back. Gonna start my coffee too. I'm hoping Rob comes in and takes over the live. Kind of a different aesthetic, you know, talking to somebody live. Usually do pretty well at that. Rob's a professional, though. He might come in and show me how it's done, hopefully. Have you all had good dealings with blade benders? I have. I haven't had a bad experience on blade bend yet. PM2 is a good price. Live wire looks nice. I'd like to try the live wire sometime. That new Zero Blade Play Ultra Tech looks pretty cool. I was kind of waiting on some different variants on that one to come out. Orroom EDC's in here somewhere. I saw him earlier. Let's see, where else can we go? DLT. Let's go to Blade Bench. See what they got. Hey, there's Mike's Knives if you want to check him out. Go subscribe to his channel, Mike's Knives. He's got some pretty cool videos. Forget Instagram. Cash says, too bad I can't subscribe twice. All right, Rob says, ready when you are, rebooted successfully. Let's try this again. Hi, everyone. All right, let me go back to studio. Let's see, I can add Rob, add to stage. There he is. Knife master himself.
Well, I should probably turn off the volume over here. Hold on, let me get the audio on this one. You can hear my background or your background. Come on. Sorry. All right, is that better? Actually, let me put my headphones on so I can actually hear you. And that way I can hear our stuff back and forth here. I'm going to switch to audio real quick.
Rick said just hit the subscribe button 3 times. Turn the music down a bit.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Rob.
Okay. And you can't hear the background noise anymore, right?
Nope, it's not echoing or anything.
All right. We're in good shape. I've got the headphones on so I can hear the audio in the background. I can hear you and I can hear everybody else. So, well, good morning. Thank you for having me, Neil, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if you like my title on the little video there. I thought of you when I wrote that. Vosteed Knives joining the Knife's Edge live, right? That's how it should be. Because I'm Ron, anyways, right?
Definitely, always Ron.
That's right, man. So, if anybody does, everybody know the story behind that about how I like called you the Knife's Edge for like what was it, 3 or 6 months? I can't remember. It was a long time.
It was a few months.
Yeah, it was. It was for sure. Well, good morning to everybody. I appreciate you having me here. Hello to everyone in here. See, we got Dan Kenman. We've got a whole bunch of folks. So I'll just say hello to everyone because I'm sure you've already said hello to everyone, but I'll say hi. Good morning. Good morning to you, Neil. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm honored. And I've got a set of questions for you if you don't already have a set of questions for me, because I'm curious. I love talking to other knife content creators and find out what drives your passion, what's exciting for you. So, because, you know, I think that's the whole thing, the whole community, what it's all about. And that's why I like Blade Show. Blade shows are fun because you get to hang out.
Yeah, definitely. I had I did a set of questions for Kenman when he came on, but other than that, I'm just kind of spitballing here.
Yeah, no worries. The one question I always love to ask folks, and I may have asked this, you know, on my live to other people, but it's always great when you can verbalize it, right? Is what got you into knives, Neil? I mean, when did it start? Was it family? Was it a father? Was it a family figure? Was it just you bought your first one? And then what was the knife that started it all? I mean, not just the knife you got the first time, because for me, it was 2 different things. I was just curious about you.
I would say I got tired of having a dull knife at work. So I started looking into sharpening, started looking into, you know, what they got out there, and stumbled over Shabaz's channel and MC's channel were the first couple that I saw, you know, and that was pretty much all she wrote, you know, went downhill from there.
Right. So, but you already had a knife, right? So what was your knife you were carrying that wanted you to sharpen it?
Ooh, actually, it was one. Let me see. It was a little Dolica, actually, that KC calls it, or not the actual Dolica, but let me get it out here. A little cheap dollar store.
You still have it? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I always keep that one.
I have the very first knife I bought, Neil. I bought it when I was 18 years old, so you can only imagine how old that thing is. It was a Gerber Easy Out, made in the USA with I think it's 420 or 410 stainless steel, serrated. Was when I finally pulled it out, I could barely open it. It was so in bad shape and everything. But finally I cleaned it up and everything, polished it. It's focusing really close, huh?
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. got to travel with your hand. It's probably all the other background knives. It's like so much goodness. And there's that XL. Wow. How does it feel, by the way? I'm kind of curious. That's the one I have not yet handled. Is the big one. Do you like the XL to the regular? What's your feel between the two?
I would say like I would probably prefer the XL, just because you know, I like a larger size. It's kind of comparable to like the Manix and the Manix 2 XL, you know.
Okay.
Like size wise, it is definitely you know, every definition of a XL knife. I mean, this thing is, you know.
But is it usable? Is it easy to handle? I mean, it's not like awkward because it's so big.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, it's very, very, very ergonomic, you know.
Well, it's kind of like the military. Have you ever handled the military as opposed to the PM2 and the Para 3?
Yes, yeah. It's kind of like that.
Okay. So the PM2 is fine for me, no problems. The Para 3 is fine, but the military is just a little bit too big. That one's kind of gigantic, and I was curious if the Rosie XL was more to the PM2 or to the military.
I would say it's like let's see, the most perfect example I would say is the Rosie is like Para 3, right? Comparable anyway in size, and the Rosie XL is like somewhere between a military, paramilitary 2 and a military.
Wow. Okay, so that's big. Yeah, that's cool.
Not quite as big, you know, ratio wise in comparison, I would say, but it is definitely, you know, when you grab it, I mean, but the ergonomic, I mean, they did a great job on it. I mean, it is very, very ergonomic and not too much like leftover, you know, when you're gripping it, handle, you know.
Cool.
Like whenever I grip the military too, the handle's like, you know, seems like hanging way out there. But
yeah, it's like a pocket sword.
Yeah, it is like a pocket sword.
It's huge. Yeah, for sure. Well, I see a couple of people saying hello. Do you mind if I say a quick hello to them? Because I don't want them to think.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So Brown Sugar 69. Oh, appreciate you saying hi. Hi back at you. And I see that we got Rick's Knives and Cash's EDC, excuse me. And then I think I saw Paul Mills and I'm sure some of the other guys there said hello too. So, you know, we got Chef Rocky, sup suckers. Love to you and yours, man. And then Marco's there and a whole bunch of Arsheer and everybody else. John Tagamori. Hello to you guys. Thank you. I'm honored to be here by Neil, allowing me to be on the Knife's Edge. Just kidding. The Knight's Edge. Then we got Garath HB. Hello, Mr. Eddie. Man, what's up, Mr. Eddie? How you doing? Yeah, I could see Mr. Eddie. He likes big knives, and the Rosie XL. I felt like that would be a better fit for him, and I'm pretty sure he agrees, because that just seems like the perfect size knife. Oh, and I see you got one of those hyper cut knives. You got the Biku.
Yeah, that's Mr. Eddie's too on the table for sure.
Yeah, I've got Josh has allowed me to check his out, and I was about to ship his back. I think I might have already packaged it up, but that is an interesting knife.
It's really smooth, isn't it?
It is. Well, the one I got, he had tried to put a flipper on it. He drilled in the back, and then when he put it back, he did it real in a rush, and so it wasn't quite centered. So he said I could take it apart and try to center it, and I did, and I got it centered, and it's way smoother. It also had I think a bunch of Loctite on one of the cage bearings, and so it wasn't moving really well. Once I cleaned that off with some alcohol, it got back to what it should be, I think. So
you still you thinking about getting a misdemeanor?
I would like to. It was a loaner from Jarrett, the one that he allowed me to get. It was a user, and you know, he talked about possibly buying it, but you never really heard back from him. So I just shipped it back to him, and then I said, you know, if your next run you have one, I'd love to get one from you, because I didn't want to impose, and I didn't want to go out of his way. I mean, it's like when someone says, well, you know, you know, you're not sure if they're really willing to sell it. You know, it's kind of like, I feel like I'm twisting their arm, and I don't like to do that. I want them to be willing to do it, right? So I don't want there any be questions. So I sent it back and asked them, you know, hey, maybe if you have another one down the road or something available, I'd love to buy it. So it's a nice knife. I love the sound of the ring. The one that I had sang for a long, long time. That was really cool.
Yeah, the ting, I don't know, I'm like a big kid, I guess, but the ting on it definitely got me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I think of my Prince Customs,
Crazy.
the Protean. It has a little sing to it, and I was so excited. And then when I heard Jared's, I was like, oh, okay, this is like next level here. It's crazy.
It seems like the production ones are like more honed in on that, I guess, because I had the prototype for a little bit. That's actually the one I did the review on, and got these on the day they dropped. And man, it's crazy. It's like every time, you know, it doesn't. The only way you can open it without it tinging is if you know, kind of like slow roll it, I guess.
Right. So have you put skiffs in it yet? Because somebody told me they put skiffs in it and it tings even more with skiffs, apparently.
Rob, you might leave the live stream when I say this, but I have never skipped a knife before.
Oh, that's it. I'm done. I'm kidding. Hey, you know what? Skiffs aren't for everybody, man. Right? I mean, some people they can't tell the difference, and that's fine. Right? I'm a bit picky. I can always feel the difference, and it may be microscopic, but I can absolutely feel the difference. Rick's Knives. What are skiffs? Skiff cage bearings. So have you ever heard of Skiff Made Blades? If you haven't, Skiff Made Blades is a custom knife maker, Steve Skiff Sr., and then you have Steve Skiff Jr. And what are the rules? There's Arsheer making fun of me.
What are the rules again? He never goes over the rules.
That's right. Oh, we got to repeat the rules at least 5 or 16 times, right? Anyways, yeah, so if anybody didn't know, he made an incredible custom knife. Matter of fact, I have one right here. Here is my Fugitive, an absolutely beautiful knife. And Steve Skiff is an incredible custom knife maker. Has been around for quite a while, right? So Skiff Jr. started doing CNC work, and he made the cage bearings for that custom knife. And then he started selling them, and that's kind of what started it all. And wow, it just simply is stunning. I mean, the action is phenomenal. So there's knives I've saved, production knives, and I put them into production knives. And I like to always describe it as this, right? Is put skiffs in some knives that are a little gritty, not working well. Maybe they have a little pivot rock, you know, as you're half open, half closed, and it rocks a little bit. Usually that's because your cage bearings aren't, the balls, their diameters aren't equal and all the way around, so they're not rolling equally. And so you put skiffs in because those tolerances are so tight, you fix all of that and it gets buttery smooth. And I like to say it's like putting a little bit of custom knife fairy dust in every knife.
Right. I think the first one I'm going to skiff is the smock. I need to get some skiffs for this because I've heard people have said, you know, multiple times to me that just totally changes the knife.
It does. I owned a smock for a while. I sold it. It was S30V. I'm really waiting for a nice specialty metal to come out, like a 3V or M4 or S90s, just something different. Really, really want that. And then I want to get it back in my collection. I got tired of S30V. It just wasn't super exciting for me because I had so much S30V for so long.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing on the Mannix. I traded the Mannix with lanyard band, and I've got an XL right now in S30V, but I don't have a Mannix right now. So I was kind of on the hunt for a you know, like a special steel, you know, in the Mannix. The S90V one is pretty cool looking, but kind of hard to get a hold of and expensive when you can find it, you know.
Are you willing to do a like SPY 27, which is kind of close to a S45VN blade steel type of specialty steel? Because Black Friday I found one that was like with the sales and everything was really, I mean, it was a credible deal. So I actually bought it for the big 7K giveaway. So on Black Friday, I have a set of extra original goat scales for the FRN. So I bought the FRN and I bought the original, and I have a set of original goat scales. I'm going to put on that.
That's awesome, man.
It's going to be one of the giveaway knives. Yeah. So, I guess I ordered 2 original goat set of scales, or original goat sent me a free set of scales. I can't remember because I can't find the second receipt. So I'm going to guess it was the second set of scales given to the channel. And so I'm going to make it a giveaway. If I bought them, then it's a second set of scales and I'm going to make it a giveaway.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they would come out with eventually maybe like a Rex 121 in the the Mannix. I don't know if they would do that or not, but
yeah, I could see that. I could see that. What was it? What was the one that who dropped the? I have the CTS XHP in the Shaman, but I think the SPY 27 was dropped also, and I think you can still get that one in the. I know you can get a crew wear one. I don't know if it's still available, but that was some of the other ones. So there's Rick's Knives asking about what are cage bearings, and is there a giveaway? Of course, a kazoo. All right, so I'll give a kazoo for Neil and you guys. So Neil, this kazoo is for you for allowing me to be on here. So everybody who doesn't know, this is kind of a tradition on my lives. It's just a little. So there you go. That's for you, Neil. Just a kazoo salute to everybody out there. So now Neil has the clicker.
I've got a kazoo that I need to unbox.
Oh, is that the for me?
Yeah, that's a giveaway win.
There's going to be 2 in there.
Pretty excited about it. I started to open it up. I was like, you know what? If Ron's coming on, it doesn't make sense not to open it up on the giveaway or on the live.
Sure, man.
I got the Illuminati Ninja Leatherman free unboxing knife.
Yeah, so is that like your permanent knife unboxing tool kind of thing? You've kind of made it that's the thing?
That's pretty much the channel unboxing knife. There's a first giveaway win, and Illuminati helped me out a lot, starting out.
So you see that little sign on the wall behind me above my head right here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Illuminati Ninja, he made that one for me. So and he also made the one that I usually do in my videos now. It's my placard, my card. He made this one as well. Just felt like it was a little more personal of somebody in the community who made it. I like using that. I mean,
he does some pretty good work.
He does. So the other question while you're opening that, before you totally get into it, you already told me what got you interested in knives was that. So how does your wife and family feel about your focus, obsession, or passion for knives? I'm always curious. How does your family react to that?
Man, they have been very, very supportive of it. David's my 10-year-old. We actually got him his first pocket knife yesterday at the Renaissance Fair. It was a little, I think it's a little M-Tech, that he saw in one of the tents there, and he was pretty excited to get that, and was asking me all about it last night. It was really cute, and they, as far as me spending time doing it and doing the whole YouTube thing on it and everything, they've been very, very supportive. I mean, it's really blown me away, to have such a supportive family group, that I'm lucky to have.
That's cool. They don't give you a hard time about being obsessed with knives, because they were all supportive with me in the beginning, right? And then as the channel keeps growing and growing and more content's coming out, and it's like, oh, that's a nice hobby. And then it's like, wait, you're still doing it? It's like, yeah, I'm still doing it. It's, it's almost 2 years later, and it's like, still a thing, and I'm liking it a lot. So they they're into that point now where they're like, you're always talking about knives. And I'm like, I'm not really, but it's just because if I speak about knives, that's means I'm always talking about it. So I try to not talk as much. Like at Thanksgiving, I barely talked about knives. I showed my father-in-law my leather slip that I got and the slip joint, just because he only carries a slip joint himself. So I thought, at least I'd be like, hey, check this out, and thought he'd enjoy it. But I try not to talk too much. Matter of fact, my kids, they're teenagers, both seniors in high school. Their friends ask me more questions about knives than my sons do, and they get annoyed.
Yeah, Cole said she mentioned last night, and I forgot which one I was talking about last night. She's like, okay, well, I spent the last 2 days talking about knives, so I just want to we talk about something different.
Yes, that happens to me as well. So I got to be very strategic. Does she get bothered by the clicking?
I think she's happy that the Cracker Jack thing's in the garage now.
Oh, that's cool.
I gotta give her a salute. She says, "Love you, appreciate that, dear."
That's nice.
Cracker Jack salute to you. Yeah, I think she's happy that the Cracker Jack clicker's in the garage now. It's like an activation button for the dogs, and we got like 6 or 7 dogs in the house. So whenever you click it, they all start barking. And
we actually use a clicker for our dog to train him, so that totally would throw him when I have that. So I got to make sure it's not too loud. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, the Monday nights is always interesting because the TV gets a little loud, and sometimes I get a little loud because I feel like I'm competing in the living room because I'm kazooing a lot, and then people are like, "That's a lot of kazooing." So
you can definitely tell whenever I'm watching Rob on Monday nights. Man, I like that chip. That's pretty cool.
That was made by Hoppy. Scott Hoffman. Sorry, I took a bite of my breakfast because I was starving. But he's also the one that made the kazoo knife, the 3D printed kazoo knife. Man, super cool of him. Super cool of him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a real honor.
When I started, like, people started making stuff for the channel and everything, I was like blown away. Like Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Eddie made me. I think Eddie was one of the first ones to actually make something. To send me for the channel. That was the little Japanese
oh, that's cool.
Fixed blade.
Yeah. I like that. Is that a skull on there and on the both sides there? I like that.
That's a little Punisher logo.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. That's cool. Yeah, I remember some of the first things that I experienced. One of the first things that I got was there's a particular gentleman, and I won't mention it because the person doesn't do this for, he doesn't sell them or anything. And every time people ask me, I can't really share who it is because if he so chooses to do it, he'll do it. But he made these leather straps for me. I have 2 of them. One is in walnut, and this is with horse's hide on top. And the other one is in zebra wood, and it's also with horse's hide. And so these are really, really, really nice straps. These have been my favorite straps that I use all the time. That blew me away. I mean, that was
awesome.
Was kind of almost emotional because I mean, that's an honor gift, right? You feel really honored. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really. It really is.
So I'm blown away by that. People's generosity.
Brody and his wife made this one with the logo on there for the channel.
Oh, nice. Yeah, for you, you do have a leather slip then? You have a slip joint at somewhere?
Not really, but I need to now.
Yeah, you do. You do. You got something like that nice. I mean, you got to put something in it, right?
He asked me if there was like a size, because he was trying to make it, to size, and I said, well, if I do get one, it'll probably be the that hedgehog. I think it's QSP.
Oh yeah, that was my first slip joint.
Kind of fit that. So whenever I get a hedgehog, it's definitely going in there for sure.
Yeah, that might because I have several more slip joints now. That might be another 7K giveaway. So I'm thinking about it because I haven't carried that one as much because now I have several others. Several other slip joints. So I thought it might be a nice, meaningful slip joint because that's the one that got me to drink the Kool-Aid. Tyler Williams was the one who got me into that.
KDM says it should be a support group for the spouses of knife flickers.
There should be. Yeah. That noise.
Cole's in the garage now. She's
hi,
she's
Cole.
eagerly awaiting her kazoo, I think.
Oh yeah, I got one just for you, by the way. Since I heard.
I know you told me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did want to say I thought you really underplayed, but we also on Monday nights watch your live together, like on our big screen in our room, and kind of giggle. It's really become like a fun date night kind of thing when we're both exhausted.
Yeah, well, I am so honored by that. I'm blown away, but I'm honored. Well, thank you. There you go. See, I even put your name on yours. Thank you, Cole, just for you.
It's like a gender reveal kazoo party.
Yeah, I know exactly. I was thinking that when I packed them. I said, I feel like someone could do a gender reveal with this. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, is it a boy? Is it a girl?
Not
maybe
us.
It's both.
Not us. But maybe someone will remember I'm a girl now.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I know. I didn't know for a while. I didn't know who Cole was, and then when he explained that's his wife, I'm like, oh. All right. Now I wanted to ask you: is it Cole? Is that the full name, or is it short for something?
Oh, so my name's Nicole, but I used to teach 2-year-olds, and they couldn't say Miss Nicole altogether, so it kind of got shortened to Miss Cole, and it just stuck.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like Rob. I mean, my full name is Robert, right? So if I hear Robert, Robert Iverson, call my name, then
it's
I feel like I'm
Rob.
in trouble. It's Rob.
It's not Robert.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I mean, that's why I go by. I wanted it to be easy to say, when for the channel, because you can have a really long name, and that sometimes can be difficult to type out and follow. So I was trying to go for something that was kind of catchy and easy. And Rob is, everyone seems to call me that when I used to live up in the East Coast when I got transferred for a job, and I always got called Rob. So it's like, that one's fine. Now Bob, I don't go for. I mean, if you call me Bob, I don't reply. I will not reply. And I'll tell you, it's because the church I went to, I was a little kid, and I used to, the old people would come up to me and they'd squeeze my cheeks and they go, "Hello, Bob. Hello, Bobby." And because of that, I'm like, if you do that, you're like, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to reply. I'm serious. I mean, it's close to despising hearing that if you call me that. And I know that's bad. There's only one
That's
professor
how I feel
in
about
college.
Nikki.
Yeah, there's one professor in college that called me that. And he was this old gentleman, and he got away with it because I respected the guy so much. And when he said it, I never felt that. It was almost like he redeemed the name. And he was like the only person who said it in such a way that I was like, okay, you're cool, dude. I'm fine with it. It's like
Want to do a kazoo salute?
I don't know if I know how to play the kazoo, but yeah, we can try.
All right. Go through the short side, and then you got to do a hum. You got to hum when you blow.
Okay. It didn't work.
So I'll show you. Here's my little kazoo, right? And so I go, doo, 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 doo. So kind of like that, and then you go, doo, 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 doo. And so what it is your voice is actually resonating on the membrane of the kazoo. That little piece of plastic that's in there.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's not as good as Rob's, but
hey, there's some Mondays I start. It's pretty rough.
You have to make noise. So do. There it is.
There you go.
I can see why you need the oxygen tank.
Yeah, and then you get the big I don't know what I don't know if this is the white horse. Do we call it the white stallion? I forgot what I called this thing here. But
the white horse.
Well, I don't know I don't know.
I think that means something different.
Does it? I never heard that. That's a term. I know nothing about it. That must be I'm an older guy, so I don't know that stuff. But
that's what I get for working with teenagers.
Oh yeah, it's like my wife the other day. She said something like, "What is it? What's that for? Skippity?" She said that, and boy, my sons got mad. She said, "I don't know what it means. I have no idea what it means." But so she was saying that, and then I did something with them recently too. It's another term that I did, and they just looked at me like, "No, just no." It's like, okay.
Our 10-year-old thinks that his generation invented the word charisma because they all say Riz all the time. Mm-hmm. And when I told him where that came from, he looked at me like I had 3 heads. I was like, dude, you guys didn't invent language. Okay, I'm going to leave you boys to it. Thank you so much for the kazoo, Rob.
You're welcome.
Yeah, pretty cool sticker pack.
I threw a few extra channel stickers in there because I didn't know how many you had for your giveaway, so you have a few extra.
Awesome, man. 15% off. That's Valley Blade Works.
Yeah, save that. That's worth money. I mean, seriously, if you ever decide to do some serious work, I did my 2 knives. He does anodization. He'll do Zerk Blast. He'll do some other stuff. So definitely worth it. Like the 2 knives I did together, I wish I had that coupon. So it's cool that I got coupons for everybody else. So, and I'm giving them all away, but definitely worth on. And that's just a little sticker pack from Skiff. He just gives you stickers. So
that's awesome, man.
There's no skiffs in it because that's another thing, but I gave those away.
Got a Devo coaster.
Yeah, with the definitely needed that with the nip. The purple nip.
Rob's purple nip.
Yeah.
That's the multi-tool.
Yeah, just it's a cheap multi-tool, but I wanted it to have a few things in there, and I thought it'd be cool. I think the biggest things are going to be the knife and that coupon. That coupon, depending on how much you spend, if you spend $100, it saves you 15. But if you spend, I mean, I know it sounds like a lot to some folks, but you could easily mod a knife for like $300-400, and that's like, $60 off. That's a good savings.
Very cool little spring-loaded multi-tool.
Yeah, I mean it's not a Leatherman. I know that. Just so you all know,
they can definitely come in handy though.
Oh yeah. In a desk sometimes when you need to just open something, it's really cool.
Legion Steel. You did a giveaway for them Monday, right?
I did. That was really cool. That's a $335 knife. I was really honored to give it. I mean, he said I could keep it, and I was tempted. I was really tempted, but I thought, man, I gotta honor these guys, because they've been so kind and so generous. And I thought I'd rather bring excitement for them, and hopefully they have a few more sales, because that knife is really a hidden gem. It really is. That flipper that they designed, that's the best almost hidden flipper. That's not a very top little corner flipper like the Vero does or Mr. Designs does. It's really a really cool flipper that works. And I love the blade shape, and you only see that blade shape on custom knives. I haven't yet to see it on any other production knives, but I've seen them on 3 custom knives. They're very expensive custom knives, but I've seen them on 3 custom knives. So those are cool.
Carrington Cut to do some Metallica. Sorry if I'm ignoring the chat, y'all.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't. I see Mr. Eddie's trying to say hello to some guy here. I don't know who that is, but okay. And then battling kazoos. Oh, I love that. Do some Metallica. Everyone wants me to do Freebird, and I've heard it, and I just got to remember it. I got to try to remember that song. I can't play it when I'm on live, because then that's a copyright strike. So I would have to put a headset on or something, I guess. But oh no, another kazoo, 1931 Leatherworks. No. So there you go. So I saw someone talking about a Rex. What is it? A 15V Para 3 or a PM2? Did somebody find that? Because I saw the Rex 75. Wasn't that a Rex 75 was available at BladeWorks, or was that GPKnives or something?
Yeah, GPKnives is doing the Rex 76 paramilitary 2.
Really? Do they still have any left?
They did yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I mean, then Metal Complex dropped his review, so it's probably going to be gone.
Yeah, it's probably gone now.
As soon as he drops, it's like everything sells out, unless they have a million of them. I got stuff on my keyboard.
John Tagamori, hey, did you guys see Kevin's video this morning about the Nip L? I did not.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. It was on Instagram. If you haven't seen that, yeah, that's cool. That's a big one. And guess what? It's a button lock.
Oh wow.
Let me see if it's still out there. I'll try to see if I can find it.
All right, I got my hands on Rob's purple nipple.
Uh-oh. Might get excited here.
Purple nip.
Sorry. It's about as crazy as I'm going to get. That's really purple.
Cool.
Very bright. And when I bought it with the intention of a giveaway. And it's a nice knife, 154 cm.
That's a good little size, man.
It is. You get a four finger grip on that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a yep. Good little fifth pocket carry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really nice, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Appreciate you being on the live and winning. I mean, like I say, I want those to be as random as anything, right? Everybody, even you had to validate who you were. You had to update your comment. I tell that to everybody.
For that.
my son is a subscriber. I mean, a member, a channel member. He's been a channel member since I started this thing, because my oldest son is the one who got me to start the channel. He was the one who said, "Dad, you should do this," and I was like, "Okay." And so I did, and he's been a member ever since. And so, if you were to win, which you could, it wouldn't be, because I use that random comment picker. I would make him verified too. I've gotten a few pushbacks by people who were not happy about that. And I'm like, dude, I make the rules like that because there are some people who follow those rules. And if I don't adhere to the rules, I get emails about them. It's like, did this guy verify? And I'm like, no, I'm still waiting for him to verify. I mean, I kid you not. People are they want to make sure you're not cheating the system. You're not cheating them. And I get it because, you know, you had that one guy who had like 50, 60 accounts, was winning all these giveaways. That was really uncool.
Yeah. That's kind of messed up. People take advantage of the system like that, you know?
Yeah, we when we were at Blade Show, we talked about it. I think he ended up winning. He was winning like 20% of all the giveaways from all the channels, and he's literally, I think, in 1 year had gotten like, least that we could determine by the guys that we knew, I think he had won like 12 or 14 knives.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Rob, wait till you see my new knife. Chef Rocky, what did Chef Rocky get? He got a new knife? I'm curious, Chef. What did you get, man? Is it something you posted on Instagram yet? There's Meredith. Hey, Meredith. Good morning. How are you?
What's up, Meredith? Got one of your stickers in the giveaway also. Anybody gives me a channel sticker, I am more than happy to include them and talk about the channel. I have no issues with that, right? I mean, I feel like if you do well and you can help others do well, that's awesome. And if someone does even better than me, then I'm even honored by that, right? This is not a competition. This is a community. And so to me, I have no worries about that, right? I hope every one of you guys outshine me, and I would love that. I would love to see every one of those channels do that. That would be cool. Yeah, that's pretty much my mindset towards it too, man. If you can help people out, I try to spend as much time as I can on the lives. You know, I'll shout people out and you know, link their channels, and that's why I got so many moderators in here. You know, if anybody wants to link any channel, you know, whenever they can do that, you know.
I mean, like, look at Tactical Llama. He blew up. I mean, you got to wonder what is the, because there's an algorithm out there. I know some people every once in a while they find that super cool video and it blows up, and I have yet to figure it out. But you know what? That's okay. I'm not in it to have a quick explosion. You know, I was actually talking to him a little bit, and he said, you know, he's excited, he's appreciative, but he said it is hard to kind of keep up when it goes that fast to, you know, transition into the more people you have to talk to. Like I'm at the point now where I really do try to like every comment. I can't really reply to every comment. And
right.
And I used to love to be able to reply to every single comment that was posted, because some people got freaked out when they would make a comment if it wasn't really nice, and I would reply to them and I ask them, so why do you say that, you know, and everything, and they'd be like, I didn't think you actually read this. It's like, yeah, well, I do, you know. It's like you know, because that's why I did the channel, because I enjoy talking about knives, and if you want to talk about knives, I want to hear what you have to say. And it's okay, you don't have to like what I like. You can absolutely 100% disagree with me and think I'm an idiot. I'm okay with that. Doesn't bother me.
I've definitely learned a lot, you know, from the comments. You know, and some people might, you know, I don't see how anybody could kind of not like that. You know, like I really enjoy it when people, because there's a lot of times, like I did the review. Was it Thursday? I put out the review of the stout, and I was calling it the Virgin 1 the whole time, and it turns out it was the V2. You know? Yeah. And I wouldn't have, you know, definitely wouldn't have learned that without the comments. You know, Milton also pointed out to me.
Yeah, and then some of these people, you know, you find out, like Jay Dizzle, I had no idea he made those incredible inlays. I mean, that blew me away. I still, my goal someday is to get a, okay, this is my dream knife I want to build. And maybe 2025, it'll be something I'll have a project. But this is not just modifying the scales. I want to buy a McNeese Mac 2 3.5 version Gen 2. I want to get one with the inlays, and I want to take it. I want to get the hollow grind Tonto blade shape, and I want to get it Zerka blasted completely and then polished on the handle. And I would like Jay Dizzle Designs to do white twill inlays on it. And I would love to find another modder who could do it doesn't have to be a high mirror polish, but maybe a stonewash polish on the blade. And then if I could do a white twill back spacer on that, I think that knife would be amazing. And I'll put different thumb studs on it, because you can replace the thumb studs. I'd like to put some like on that the BQ, the thumb studs on the BQ. Those are amazing. I love those thumb studs. And you got the black ones. The one I have is they're the light gray. I don't know if you can see that. The design on that, the thumb studs are amazing.
Trying to get the camera to.
Yeah, let me see if I don't know if I packed it up. Let me look if it's over here. Last night I was trying to create content, so. No, I might have already packed it. Did I pack it? Yeah, I did. That's a bummer. Okay. But yeah, those thumb studs are really cool.
Mr. Eddie said, Bob, those thumb studs on the BQ are Zerk.
Oh, his are Zerk? Yeah, the one I have, the one of mine are gray and they're titanium, but his are Zerk. So I don't know if maybe they're different. But if it's the same one with the volcano, step milled, and then on the base of it, it has little cutouts, like almost little holes in them. I think it's really cool. Well, congrats on winning that. And there's the Machine Wise, that little sticker. I always love how they give the little itty bitty sticker. It's like when I have some of Mr. Eddie stickers, which I don't have anymore. He did the little itty bitty stickers. I like those.
Yeah, I need to get some more Eddie stickers.
Yeah, I do too. If he has any, Mr. Eddie, it'd be nice to get some more of your stickers to include.
I think they're sold out. I was just while you were talking, I was trying to see if they had the that Rex 76 still left.
Oh yeah, you're not finding it? Yeah, I did a search for it too, and it wasn't there on GP Knives. I was kind of bummed. But
oddly enough, it turned out it turned up with the Spyderco pair of 3 lightweight with Rex 45 in the black and white, the reverse tucks.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's something that might be coming soon, but on GP Knives, that one, it's listed, but it says sold out on there.
Holy cow. I just noticed on GP Knives, they have a Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight 110 S110V for $156. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
And I'm not a big fan of BD1N, the CTS BD1N steel, because that's like 9 MORV. I mean, it's okay. It's not even. I wish it was just a little bit better. I wish it was like 10 MORV. It's like Spyderco uses that 8 MORV, forever. I'm just not a fan of it. I wish it was just a bit better.
Yeah, I don't really. I got the one that I actually bought from the Spyderco outlet in Golden was the I think it's the Tenacious. It's got 8CR. That's the one I got from the outlet store. It's a huge knife. I mean, it's thing massive. But,
oh yeah.
It's only like $50 though. So.
Wow.
Resilience. That's the one. Resilience.
Okay. Because I thought the Tenacious was like about 8 or a little under 8 inches. That one's a little bigger.
Yeah, that one's like massive. It's I mean, that's the Rosie XL.
So I went to, I don't know if y'all went to White Mountain Knives on Black Friday. A lot of things were discounted once you put them into your cart. And then if you used RNK10, you probably have a code too. So whatever your code is. What is your code for White Mountain Knives?
TKE10.
So use TKE10 since we're on your live. So TKE10, anybody, you get another 10% off of that. It was incredible. I got some knives for the members giveaway. I got some knives for the regular giveaway, and I got one knife for the 7K giveaway. I mean, it was insane. I was like, wow. I didn't plan on buying any more knives like that, but it was just too good of a deal to pass up. You know what I mean?
That 7K giveaway is going to be awesome.
It is. I may have just a few. Well, right now I'm looking at it. I'm thinking it's going to be a few big knife giveaways and then some smaller ones. It's not going to be, I don't know if every one of them is going to be a huge one, because you're usually after you do people typically will go from 5, 6, and then they hit 7, then they do after 7 they'll do a 75 and then a 10. But I think I'm going to do one all the way up to 10K, and then at 10K I might do. I'll do a 15K after that. I mean, I can't believe I'm talking like this because that blows my mind to even think of that. But
right.
I will still add probably a bonus giveaway for like 11, 12. I'm just not going to do 12 knives or anything like that, right? I mean, I don't know if I'll have. I got to be making a whole lot more money on the channel to do those kind of giveaways, or have more generous manufacturers give knives. So we'll see if that happens, right? Because that gets expensive. Like Cole on Tri-State, man, he knows everybody. He's one of those guys that I think if he ran for office, he could get elected just because he knows everybody.
Right. yeah. He's definitely reminiscent of a politician.
Yeah, he's a salesman. But he's an honest salesman and a hyper, as hyper as he is on his live streams and everything. You met him a lot. Have you met him at Blade Show?
I've never been. I'd love to go though.
Oh, you should. So I went to Blade Show and I met him. He is as hyper. He's actually more hyper in person than he is on the lives. If you didn't know that, what you see is what you get. He is genuinely like that. He's an honest person, and I love that. I love that. Be who you are, right, man?
I kind of caught on to whenever you were unboxing the Tri-Stash. I was watching that the other day, and whenever you saw us the Tri-Stash, you were like, "Can you believe it? Look at this!"
Oh yeah. I didn't think I was going to get it. I honestly thought that I was going to get it. Like I was going to get the my pre-order first, and I would never get it because I still think like that. I'm on the list to get the Excalibur. I talked to Richard about that one. And he said I would be, but I mean, I'm behind Melissa Backwoods, Best Damn EDC, KnivesShipFree Knives. I mean, those are some huge channels. So you know I'm low on the totem pole. So I don't know when I will see that. And those guys, they do, kind of different video and they have a little extra time to deal with it. So, they're not trying to get the videos done in a week and out. They're going to probably take a few weeks or a month, whatever. So I got to wait. I figure I'm going to get the knife before I'll get the prototype.
That one's still available. The Rec 76, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the scales on that. That's G10. The scales. That's actually a nice set of scales. I'd still swap them, but it's a nice set of scales.
Yeah.
Where do
the scales on the salt? I got the PM2 salt, and I actually, some people hate them, but I really like the scales on it.
I got the. Which one did I get? The Para 3 salt. Those FRN scales were very different than the FRN scales when I bought my wife's Delica. So her favorite knife was a Spyderco Delica, and she left it at work on her desk. And I think the cleaning crew came through and it disappeared.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And so she was bummed. So I bought her another knife. I got her a Spyderco Little Native, the pink one from Knife Joy. So it was on sale and got it for her. And so she was super excited about that. And I put a new clip on there for her. And I said, I could put fancy scales if you'd like. She's like, no, this is fine. So I will tell you that because of those Delica FRN scales, I never really thought those FRN scales were all that good. I don't love them, but they're not bad. They're not bad at all. Actually, they're a lot better than I expected. I got that Rex 45 GPKnives version, the Stormtrooper version. I guess the white scales.
Yeah.
So those were actually pretty good. Now I did replace them with the original goat and it looks amazing, but they were not bad scales. I was pretty surprised.
That was the translucent or the transparent scales on the knife that Fred the Lug let me borrow. I don't know if you saw that video.
Yeah, those are cool.
That was the GPKnives Rec 45 blade on that one.
What's the material of that one?
Polycarbonate.
Polycarbonate. So it's got a little flex to it, sort of.
A little bit, but not too much. It seemed like almost like a golf cart, like the window on a golf cart.
Yeah.
I don't know if kind of like that comparison is what I would make to it, but that thing was awesome, and I guess the polycarbonate, with being on there, it kind of sounded different too. It's kind of like an acoustically different sound. Pretty cool.
I hope no one minds that I'm eating my breakfast in front of you guys. I'm sorry if I am.
I don't mind. I'm gonna go through. If you want to eat, Rob, I'm gonna go through the chat real quick.
Go for it.
I know I'm missing all kinds of chats here. Carrying Cut says he's gonna go watch go watch Ohio State beat Michigan. So Tony MPG says Tony says Rex 76 is just like Rex 45, but with more cobalt and tungsten and can be hard in a higher HRC. But they didn't get it. It's 31 Rexes more. Mr. Eddie said, "Don't you have another box open?" I do have another box open. I'll get into that one from mine to Milton. Let's see. They were under 200 yesterday. Wow.
Oh, were they?
Gabe Harlan says they were under 200 yesterday when they dropped.
Mm. Yeah, that was the day to buy them, I guess.
Coming out with some different steels. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. From everything I've experienced, they do pretty good heat treat on theirs. Also, you know, I'm gonna try to get into this Milton mystery box that he sent me. Let's see. Let me put the camera back on. If anybody's tuning in, it's going to be like they're going to be really confused because you got Rob in the corner.
Yeah.
but, but you got my tabletop. All right, so this one I got this one yesterday from Mom, mine to Milton.
Oh, cool, man.
This one's actually going back to mine to Milton, but
oh,
it was nice enough to let me check it out.
It's a borrowed knife?
Yep, it is a loaner. Let's see if I can. Mine to Milton does a hell of a tape job.
You gotta love that. Now, you know why I tape stuff like that, and I'm sure mine and Milton does. I shipped one box where I forgot to double tape it, and in the post office box, where in the person box, it got ripped open, and because it was easy to get into, I think it made it an easy access sort of thing.
Yeah,
and it didn't make sense how they got into the box, but they did. And so now I double tape everything so that if they get in there, they have to really want to get in there.
Right. Yeah, that's my motto. I mean, tape's a lot cheaper than knives, so I'd rather tape the hell out of something and make it a little harder to get into, you know, than it disappear. All right. Milton box. See what Milton's working with here.
Oh, what is that? Is that the name of the knife?
Probably be able to identify that one, Rob.
Ooh, yeah, that's a nice knife. I got to get one of those. I've been eyeing other stuff, and that's nice. I love that one. I got a chance to check out Mr. Eddie's, and that was really nice, really nice.
I have not checked this one out yet. It's pretty happy. This is actually, this Mr. Eddie and Milton made a trade, so this was Mr. Eddie's before.
So that's the one I probably checked out.
Probably so.
That's a nice one. It should have skiffs in it if it's still, unless Mr. Eddie took the skiffs out and put them on his other knife.
Oh, man, that's crazy. That is the North Arm Sky High.
Yeah.
Pretty nice carbon fiber on that one.
So again, there are knives that you can put skiffs in there and it won't, you hardly tell. Most people, if you don't do skiffs regularly, you won't tell. I mean, it doesn't matter. But if you do a lot of skiffs all the time, you'll be able to tell. It's very, very small, very minuscule. It's kind of like musicians, right? You can hear when a string is off key by a quarter note or half note, right? You can hear a guitar and then you're like, you know, that one's a little flat or a little sharp over there or whatever. And you know, or are you going to say like that guy tuned everything like a half note off, or it's, you know, it's not like he stepped it down for a particular song or anything, right? It's not like he put a, you know, a capo on or anything like that. But
man, that is crazy,
isn't it?
The drop action on that thing's insane.
It is. It's nice. I really want to get one, and you can order them. And I love the sound. It sounds like a Sharp by Design that little nub detent it has on there. You hear the double click? The click.
Yeah, that is cool. Yep.
Rick's Knives. I sound like a skiff addict. So I did skiffs well before Steve Skiff even started the affiliate program, right? I love skiffs. I saw Kevin Johnson do skiffs for Lefty EDC, and I started doing skiffs, and I put it in everything. And I saved a few production knives that were not great, and I was like, wow, that really saved the knife. And then I found some nicer high-end knives that didn't have skiffs, and I was like, man, that's even nicer. So yeah, I kind of got addicted to it. Not addicted, but I enjoy doing it. It's something fun I do, just like I like putting scales on stuff. Sometimes a knife, you may not need it right away, but then after a while, if they have the Delrin usually, or another ones, they start to wear down and it starts to get gritty. Skiffs, you don't usually get that issue because it's a phosphor bronze washer, right? There's no stuff to get in there.
Have Wells Carey in the house?
Hey.
I can definitely tell you skip this one. I don't know. I didn't, I mean, this one's always, you know, obviously already got skips in it, but I haven't handled it before, you know, they were swapped out, but the action on this thing is, man, that's crazy.
It's a simple knife, but it's a good knife.
It's just fall shut. Look at that. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're going to be a flipper only, you got to do it well. And these guys do it really well.
They definitely did that really well. That's crazy.
And that fact that it's carbon or fat carbon there, you could theoretically do a little modification on the scale. So you could do a little middle finger reverse flick, because that full flat grind just begs to be middle finger reverse flick. If you get to it.
Yeah, do a little cutout on that side. Kind of like they did on the...
You should offer that to Mind and Milton and say, hey, I'll modify this knife for you. I'm kidding, Mind and Milton. I'm joking. Joking.
Actually, now that I'm handling it, I mean, Mind and Milton, if you're listening, are you sure you really want this knife? I mean, this is... It kind of begs to stay here, right? I mean, this is a crazy good knife.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a super simple design, but man, that is awesome.
So my only question for you is that for I guess Mr. Eddie and Mind and Milton, what did they trade? Because you would trade such an awesome knife for something. I gotta figure out. Mr. Eddie got something really cool.
I don't know. You have to ask them on that. I don't know what he traded for it.
I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure that if there's something I'm looking at, Mr. Eddie already has. Like, he already has. I think, Mr. Eddie, you have a duckling, right? You have a Utzler duckling. Do you have the duck? You have a Utzler duck and a Utzler duckling? I'm curious.
What's up, Todd Carr?
Hey, Todd. So I have another question for you if you're ready for it. What are your top 3 grails in your collection right now?
Man, right now, I would have to say, I mean, the Norseman would be number 1. You know, that's the Norseman's by and far the most expensive knife in my collection. That's for sure. I mean, I never thought I would ever be able to get my hands on one of these. And Mr. Eddie cut me a absolutely awesome, you know, deal on it. And it was pretty much one of the first like super premium knives that I saw on, you know, Shabazz MC, and was like, man, I would love to just be able to handle one of those, you know, not let alone like ever own one, you know. So the Norseman's definitely probably my number 1. As far as number 2 and number 3 right now, I really like my 15V Shaman with the oil slick scales, you know.
Nice. 15V that's a collection piece, man. I can't find those anywhere. I really want to get one when they drop that again.
Definitely an awesome knife. Number 3, man, I don't know. It's kind of, let's see, kind of be a toss up, I guess. I really like the XM18. I've got the skin. It's actually with carry and cut right now. The
nice.
XM18 Skinner version.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Knives knife. The Beowulf's cool. You know, I probably wouldn't get rid of the Beowulf just because it's so ridiculous. You know.
Yeah.
It's not one you go carry around. You know, if you're going to Walmart really or something like that. But you know, it's a ridiculously large knife. You know.
Yeah, it is. You know what? It reminds me of it'd be a great paperweight. Like if I had it around my desk, I like to have a single knife that just I open stuff, letters and stuff with, you know, when I get mail in. And that would be a cool one. If I was in an office, I would have that as a paperweight on top of my stuff if I could. I think
it would definitely raise some questions.
It'd be a discussion point for sure, right?
So I don't know. Right now, I would say top 2, you know, would be like the 15V Shaman with the oil slick met embossed scales, and probably the Norseman.
That's cool.
For now, you know, I mean,
everything
there's
changes.
definitely a lot of them that a lot of them that you have, you know, that I would aspire to get in one day. You got a
that's my next question for you.
Collection.
Well, that's my next question for you. What are your top 1 to 3 Grail knives you would like to get? What are there's what I would like to work towards to get that's reasonable to get, and then there's the other question obviously is what's the super Grail that you probably will never be able to afford, but you could see one day, you know, that would be like if you won the lottery you would buy or try to hunt down or make.
Rosie XL has got to be up there, man. After handling it, and it's kind of tough to put something at the top of that list after only, you know, messing with it for a week or so. But this thing's really, you know, I really like this one. And again, this is Eddie's knife, but you can. I don't think I can do it on the regular Rosie. You can actually front flip this thing.
Oh, you can front flip the regular Rosie. Yeah, sure. Where's my Rosie? Here it is. So here's my Rosie, right? Hold on. Sorry. Ooh. There you go. Just got to get a little lower. Got to get not up on top. You got to be near the little top part, but down a little lower. And then you got to get a little wrist action going. It's not easy. It's not as easy as the Shaman. The Shaman's definitely much easier front flip.
The XL is very easy to. I'm not the best at front flipping. I can't index it, but I can.
No, that's yeah.
I can pretty easily, you know, if I grab it the right way.
That's pretty easy. Yeah, that is super easy. Must be the weight of the blade or just the angle of geometry. That's nice. That's actually a lot easier to do than the little one. The little one is a challenge. You can do it, but it's a challenge.
I think maybe it's the size. Yeah, the size of the blade, and the jimping seems like it's a little bigger right there.
Okay.
So the Rosie XL would definitely that would be on the Grail list. McNeese is making the 3.5 manual with the Fallout scales. I'd really like to check that one out. They did the auto with the Fallout scales, the little Pet Boy icon, the guy doing the thumbs up, you know. That's on the list. I'd like to get a Spartan Harzy eventually.
It's a nice one.
The Plague Doctor one I think is pretty attractive. The Strider, man, I'd love to get add a Strider S&G to the collection. Small batch American stuff, you know, is kind of, I think that's what I'm gonna focus on in the year, you know, like coming up. Strider S&G, McNeese 3.5. Those are all definitely on the list for sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you one knife I'll never own that I would love to get if I had the money for it, because I handled it at Blade Show Texas, was a Peter Carey custom. Oh my gosh. So, you know, the Nitro OG made by We, I think it's the best homage to, I think I have it over here yet. Do I not have it over here? Sorry. The Nitro OG. Oh, yeah, it's over. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Vulcan's definitely on the list.
So, I don't know if you see that, the Nitro OG. That's a really cool one. It's a big one. You would like it. It's a nice size. His customs are ridiculous, but they run $3,000 to $5,000 to $8,000 to $10,000, and so it's completely out of my realm of possibility. But most people will never sell those. People who buy them, they're collection pieces that remain. It's like you won't see. I've yet to see one of those on the secondary market ever.
The arch nemesis, you know, that would be.
Oh yeah, that would be
crazy
cool.
one to get.
That would be cool. I would leave and love an Evo Typhoon if you ever did one. That would be a custom I would love to see if Brian Nadeau would do an Evo Typhoon. I have the production version, and I think that's his. For me, I love that one, but the Arch Nemesis is definitely up there because there's the Rick Hinder Maximus. Have you ever seen that one? That's a really cool one.
Yeah, that one looks pretty neat.
Are you showing Peter Carey?
Yeah, I was trying to pull him up without. There we go.
This stuff is ridiculous. It's amazing.
Is that the one? That's the guy.
Yep, that's him. So you see, those are his customs right there. If you look at those, there's the We Knives OG Nitro, and then the We Knives Nitro OG. Those are two that he's done, and his designs are just really functional and really nice. But his customs, they are even better than anything you've ever imagined holding. So I get it. I get why he'll come to Blade Show with 1 or 2 knives and auction them, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Beautiful.
He's up there. I would say, from what I gathered, maybe people will disagree with me. He's up there with what's the guy? He's the one who does the South African guy. Oh, I don't know if I can remember his name.
Dalibor?
Yeah, Dalibor. Yeah. He's in that echelon of knives. He's in the dream knives. I call them dream knives for me.
Yeah.
There's Grail knives and then there's dream knives. All right, so that was my question.
You got is pretty awesome looking too.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Let's look at his gallery, maybe.
Oh yeah, you can see a lot there.
Rubicon with the spider hole.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what kind of deal he made with well, that's actually the original, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you're a custom knife maker and you put a spider hole, Spyderco doesn't come after you because you're not doing a production knife, right? Spyderco tries to intimidate anybody who does a spider hole because it's like they like to call it their trademark, even though you can't really trademark a hole.
Right.
But they're big enough that they have enough lawyers that most smaller companies will back off. Kind of like what Benchmade did recently with somebody else, but
yeah, that was a whole thing. What's up, Kevin Smith and Knives? Jason Beecher.
Hey, there's Dan Stan.
Rob, this is pretty much, I don't know if you noticed or not, but it's pretty much like your normal crowd.
I see that. There's a lot of good people in here, so nice. Hello, everybody. Bushcraft Rebooted is there.
Can you tell where I got most of my subscribers from?
Well, I mean, you know, it's kind of like you go to Tri-State, you know, just about everybody's usually follows Tri-State. You know, not always, but a lot of times you have people that are very similar in a lot of different channels. It's cool.
That's pretty neat looking. Man.
Yeah. His stuff is it's expensive. It is really, really expensive, but it's nice. Everybody who has one, it's like, yeah, it's up there. Where are they made? Ryan Patton, these are all made in the USA. Matter of fact, in Texas. Made in Texas. He's from Texas. He's a Texas knife maker. He's a incredible high-end upper echelon Texas knife maker. I'd put him up there. Like if you get a Brian Nadeau custom, I would put Brian Nadeau customs up there, right? Because Brian Nadeau full customs, Like all decked out customs, they're up there with Peter Carey. They're up there with Daliber. They're up there with, if you get a full custom Trevor Berger, you get a full custom, who's some other ones out there? You know, those are next level.
Illuminati Ninja.
Yeah, Illuminati Ninja.
5 memberships.
Wow.
I appreciate that, Blue. It's a Cracker Jack. Salute to you, sir. MPG EDC. Welcome back to the Knights, MPG. Louie. Addicted to Blades 2. Chef Rocky. And Delaney all gifted a membership. Make sure y'all thank Illuminati Ninja and enjoy the emojis and the mindless banter. That's awesome, Blue. I think Illuminati might have thought that he was in Rob's live for a second. He thought Rob was about to do the giveaway. MPG, I live 2 states away from our family, so driving 11 to 12 hours. Wow.
Wow, that's a long drive. Well, that's when I went to Mississippi State to see my son's college, because he's going to want to set to be a veterinarian. And that was technically it's a 9-hour drive, almost under 9 hours, but you know, you got a teenage son and a wife, and so you have to stop, get gas and food and bathroom break. So it took about a little over 10 hours.
That's a good haul.
It is. But we wanted to drive
some of your I think, didn't you do a couple of verticals when y'all were driving?
We did for Blade Show, Texas. I didn't do one for Mississippi State. My wife suggested it, and then by the time we did it, we got into a place where there was no connectivity, and then it was kind of like, yeah, it's going to be really bad if we try to do it here. So maybe another time. I definitely would need to do it when I go to Blade Show, like Blade Show Texas or Blade Show Atlanta. Are you close to Atlanta? Or are you closer to Dallas?
Probably, I think Dallas is actually closer. Dallas is, I don't know, 5-6 hours away, maybe.
If
Atlanta's more like 9 hours, I think.
If you have a free Saturday, it's worth just going to meet the people. Really is. Even if you don't buy anything, which it'll be very tempting, trust me. And if you do, set a budget, stick to it. Don't tell yourself exactly what you're going to do. But it's great to meet people. I think it's just worth saying hello, meeting some of the vendors, and you get to find out knives that you didn't know. Like that's kind of what started, I think, my whole Grail thing. I went over to Holt Blade Works and I handled a Morpheus, and I was like, you know, I hear about these things, and you handle it, you're like, oh, okay. You know, you're like, wow. And then you handle some of the other ones, you're like, oh, okay. You know, it's like, you're like, all right, now I get it. I get it.
If you don't set a budget, it's like going to the grocery store while you're hungry. It's probably a bad idea.
It is. And if you're not hungry, you will get hungry when you're there. Trust me. You'll get really hungry really fast because you're like, like I literally bought the first 3 or 4 knives that I got and I spent everything. And then I saw 3 or 4 other places and I'm like, you actually had a knife still available? I just assumed they sold out. And you're like, you know, I could go in there. I could easily, if somebody gave me, I kid you not. I kid you not. You're going to think this is insane. But if you gave me $50,000, I could spend it all. I could easily, in one day, I could spend it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no joke. Like, especially at a blade show with a lot of cool custom knife makers.
Kathleen Smith says, can't believe we're still on. Yeah, Kathleen, we're still on from Monday night. This is the Monday Night Live still. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Stick around another couple of days and we'll do the giveaway.
So how late do you normally go? Are we past your normal stop time? If you are,
usually I just kind of wing it. Usually DVD comes on normally around noon. So
okay.
Normally around 12. Sometimes I go to like 1 o'clock, you know, it just depends.
Well, I want to take you away. If you have things you want to do on your agenda, don't let me stop you from that. I have more questions for you though, if you want.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying it.
So here's my other question for you. What's your favorite carry for the last 6 to 12 months? The one knife you've been carrying for the last 6 to 12 months that's like really stands out that you always reach for, you keep bringing back into your rotation.
And as far as regular carry, probably like a work carry, I would say the Griptilian, the one with the sheep's hole on it, the sheep's foot blade with the spidey hole on it. that's a pretty regular knife in my like work knife rotation. It's fairly, you know, good price for a Benchmade.
Oh yeah,
that's one of their, and you can't say that about a lot of Benchmades nowadays. But let me pull the screen back up here.
Is it the FRN scale one?
Yeah, it's the one with the it's this one actually with the FRN.
Yeah, that's a classic one. That's just a classic.
It's actually a they don't make this particular one anymore. This is the one with 154 cm, but they do still. I think they're on BladeHQ. Actually, they're in S30V now. But yeah, as far as like a regular one that I keep getting back in the pocket, you know, that one is awesome. That one, and probably, you know, the Shaman. I've got an S30V Shaman that I probably carry more as far as like a work knife or something like that. You know, the 15V one is, you know, I like the scales on it and everything better, but probably carry that one a lot as far as like a work knife. The Knives knife is one that I've had this for like a month now, maybe a little less than that, but that's one I've been having issues putting down, you know.
So that one will probably, if you give another 6 months, that'll probably move up to #1, you think? I can see that
move up, I'm sure.
That K390 is crazy sharp and it's so useful. It really is a great blade shape.
Katie says the one in the lower right hand corner, this one, you talking about this one, Katie? That's a Grimsman Norseman.
That's a very high-end knife. It's really Grimsmo makes some great knives. I like the Rask myself.
I have never tried the Rask. I know Milton really likes the Rask. Definitely like to try that one out sometime. I think it was let's see, was it Rick earlier said how do you become Rick said how do I become a member, but he's already a member.
Hey, there's EDC with a DVD. Hey, oh, hello, how are you? You were saying hello to both of us.
What's up, DVD? EDC with DVD goes live in about 30 minutes.
Okay. And Rick's Knives was saying he was surprised you showed up on time this morning. I'll give you a hard time.
I was still a little late, but I started my the little automated drum roll thing a little bit early, right. So it still counts.
The blade shows I would like to go to next year. I'm going to go to Blade Show Texas because it's nice and close and it's pretty big. I'd like to go to Maker Syndicate. That's one I just would like to just visit. Right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of heat there for sure.
That Maker Syndicate though, it's kind of I think it was a 12 or 14 hour drive for me, so that's a little bit up there. There's Mark Parks. Hey, Mark.
The bottom right, I think she's talking about the magnitude. She was talking about the one that was on screen on the bottom right, either the magnitude or the Gordo, but that's them right there.
Yeah, so that's Peter Carey. He's a custom knife maker. That knife will probably cost more than, or as close to a lot of people's cars, right? That one will especially cost as much because that's white twill carbon fiber. That's an interesting, I don't know what that pattern, that zirconium pattern, to get that square pattern, that's going to be super expensive. And that probably is Chad nickel or Las Vegas Damascus steel on there minimally.
But they do, is the magnitude also a Spyderco knife? I think it is, huh?
He does do designs for Spyderco, for WE, and some other makers, yeah.
Rody has a lot of leather to sell. I tell you what, I'm really liking the, Rody made the little slip-it case. Let me see if I can show it. Yeah, Rody sent. I was talking about this earlier, but Rody sent that one to me. I thought that was pretty cool. Him and his wife do some leather works, and she made the bracelet actually.
That's cool.
I'm almost kind of like a sand dollar on there or something, right?
You got the braid going on there. Nice.
Pretty nice leather work. They're in the. If you look at my Discord in the sales section, that they've got they're linked in there. They've got a lot of stuff, but really cool work.
Oh, very cool, man. Yeah, it's kind of neat running into all the different people who do leather work. It's nice. I've had something from Duty's Daggers. I have one from Augusta Leather. I have Grizzle Bear Leather Crafting, and who's the other one? The one that does, I think, stuff for Lefty EDC is Northwoods Leatherworks. So those are the ones I've tried so far, and I know there's more out there. That's cool.
I've got a Duty's Daggers wallet. He did pretty good on that.
Oh yeah.
Katie says, "Hey guys, I'm a beginner with it." I think to one extent or another, we're all beginners, right? It's a pretty deep rabbit hole to go into with folding knives.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I had some discussion with a guy. I posted something on Instagram, and he's like, I have over 200 knives that are all budget bangers. I never spend over $200, and I'm absolutely. I think you're ridiculous for buying a knife over $200. And I'm like, okay, it's your money. Buy what you want, right? But you know, my experience has always been, it is until you do, right? And he was telling me some of the knives he bought, and I'm like, and then he well, I'd like to get a PSYOP, and I'm like, all right, that's a Vosteed, but now you're going over $200. You're buying a $250 knife, so you're already starting to break your barrier. I mean, I didn't want to go there, but it's like, yeah, okay, sure, you know. And it's not that anybody wants you to spend more than you should, right? It's just you get another knife, and you're like, oh, that's really nice, and then you're like, that means there's other options. Because when I first started, I was in Benchmates. I was a Benchmate only person, and then I got a ZT, and I was like, oh, what is this? And then I got a Spyderco. And I didn't actually get a Spyderco because I wanted to. My oldest twin said he liked the Spyderco, and I thought, well, when he graduates high school, I'd like to buy each of my sons a knife, right? And I wanted to check it out, so I got it, and I thought, yeah, this. And then I started handling it. I'm like, oh, okay, I get this.
My first, let's see, it's here somewhere. My first Spyderco is a paramilitary 2. It's a lot of people's first Spyderco. I don't know if you could tell that it's modded or not, but it's modded.
Oh yeah. Is that Metin Boss or is that Flytanium?
That's Flytanium. That's the Lotus scales on it. Mr. Eddie did the Lightning Anno.
Yeah. Oh, who's the clip by?
I'm not sure where the clip was. Just one that I found on Amazon, actually.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was MXG gear or what, because it looks like a. Etsy is a good place to get stuff too, like that. If you didn't know, Etsy is a dangerous place to go when you're looking for knife stuff.
It really is.
That's where I found Metin Boss and stuff. Some of his stuff.
I think those transparent Rex, the ones that were on the Manix 2 with the Rex 45 blade that Fred the Lug let me check out. I think those came from Etsy. Jay says, anyone put skiffs on the Clydesdale? Rob probably has.
I'm looking to see if it's on his compatibility chart. Clydesdale. Gotta make sure I'm spelling it right. CLY, right?
Yep. Yeah, what's up, Dwayne Leatherman?
It's not showing it. I haven't done it.
Eddie also did an anno job on that one. Turned out pretty good.
Is Clydesdale, that's the new breed knife?
Yeah, new breed EDC. I don't think they're readily, I think they're sold out right now, but you can pick them up on the secondary. They're pretty good price too. I mean, I think he was originally, I think they were going for $125.
Right, yep. I was looking at the site
on the blade steel, and pretty cool little knife.
Oh, you have one? I'm gonna guess if it's Kubi. Typically, Kubi is good if it's similar to like some of KC's knives. I would say there's probably a good chance. I'll tell you what, if you buy more than one set of skiffs, if you're looking to buy just one set of skiffs and nothing else, and you're limited on your budget, then I can't give you the exact one. But if you buy a few and you think, I might buy one or two, so I have it for another knife at some point, I would think that you might try. Let me find it real quick. What's the Fractus? Because I put that into the Fractus. All right. Oh no, don't do that. Sorry, I was looking in the wrong place.
I enjoy destroying other people's knives.
That's funny. Yeah, so Tempest Knives, I have actually turned in 3 of these. And so on every one of his knives, and they're made by Kubi, they use the 5mm, 12 ball count, 1/16 washers. I can give you a link for that. This is the one that's been on all the Kubi, and I've noticed a lot of Kubi seem to use the same size. I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but if you're willing to buy this because you might use it on other ones, I'll put it I'll post the link since I'm a mod. That's the link to the one that like on Casey's knives that fit, and maybe it'll work for that one.
I need to get some skiffs.
Oh,
I think
it's exactly
got a whole storeroom full of skiffs.
I do have a few. Knife Nut 69 actually looks like he put them in there. So Knife Nut 69, thank you. You confirm. That's the ones I was looking at. So the ones Knife Nut 69 mentioned, that's my link. Yeah, I do. I'll show you. I have my little tool, the DeWalt tool right here. I don't know if you can see that. And in it, I have. Oh, here, I'll do it again. You're making me big. That's my little case that goes in there. And then in there, I have right in the corner, because I got tired of moving stuff back and forth from the shelf over there. These are the current skiffs that I have, which is not that many. When you see Lefty EDC, this is like what he has in one little pouch. He has probably 10 times as many. But I'm also not as big as his channel, and I don't make my own knives. I have my own knife company. So,
yeah, that probably helps.
And he also gets to look at a whole lot more knives than I do. He gets a lot of knives.
That's like MPG talking about doing a live with Katie sometime. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Does Katie have a channel too?
I don't think so. She's on. She does the leather works with Brody.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Just talk about leather and stuff and what you do. Maybe what started you to do leather. That'd be cool to know. You gonna do it on a Sunday night, or are you thinking of a different time, Meredith?
Yeah, Meredith's usually around 8 o'clock her time, 9 o'clock my time, I think, on Sunday nights.
Yeah, even if you stop in for just an hour, it's worth it. You'll go to bed laughing for sure.
It's always a pretty fun live. She's got a lot of people in there too.
Yeah, Jared showed up on her live stream. I thought that was really cool.
What's up, Terrence?
All right, so I got another one for you. What's your favorite now big channel? What's your favorite big YouTube channel that you enjoy watching?
Rob's Nerdy Knives.
No, big channel. I'm talking like you. Are you Melissa Backwoods, Metal Complex, Nick Shabazz, Knives Knives, Stasa 23?
Probably Knives. I would say Knives and Metal Complex probably.
Okay.
If I don't listen to Metal Complex or Knives every day, I'll probably listen to them every other day. At least.
Right.
Metal Complex, Knives, Best Damn EDC's really good. He's got some really crazy good production value in his videos. It's insane.
He does. He's up there with Everyday Carry.
Yeah. What about yours, Rob?
I would say I probably very regularly do Tri-State and Metal Complex. Tri-State's just funny. I mean, he's off the wall crazy, right? So
yeah, he's funny.
I like Metal Complex because he reviews some stuff that I sometimes hate, but I still want to look at it. And he reviews some knives that I know I'll never ever in my lifetime be able to afford, but are cool to look at. And then sometimes he has some different things. I like Nick Shabazz whenever he drops a video. He doesn't do it as often anymore because he's busy, and I can totally relate to that. I like.
Yeah, I love Shabazz. He's one of the ones that got me into it. You know?
Oh yeah. He's like he's a pillar in the knife community, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing it for what, 7 or 8 years or something, I think.
Maybe longer, I think.
I think
it was almost 10. Knives Knives, I watch every once in a while. I don't get to watch all of his stuff. He does a lot of sharpening, and I do like whenever I need help with sharpening, he's the first one I go to. Him, and there's another guy that has a sharpening one. As a matter of fact, Jared and him both did a video together. What is the guy's name? I watch his stuff pretty regularly. I got to see if I can find it.
I've seen Jared do. I've seen him on Metal Complex, and I've seen him with Everyday City Carry, I believe, and also it's Marine X, I think.
Yeah, Marine X is he's a good guy, but I mean he's a Marine.
More like podcast, you know.
Yeah.
Type, you know.
And you got to be in your Marine kind of focus mode if you're in that, right? And yeah. It's not one I can blare in the big TV in front of everybody, because sometimes some of this stuff is like, you know, my wife is like, you need to turn that off. You know, it's like, sorry.
Like Tri-States Lives.
Yeah. Outdoor 55 is the other guy. Outdoors 55 channel. He's a good one. He does a lot of sharpening stuff. He and Jared, I think, are probably my two go-to for really detailed stuff on sharpening. If I need to know, like, what's a good stone, what's a good sharpener, what's a good tool. I mean, it's always nice to reach out to those guys to know who kind of are, you know, you can get stuff for. Another one that I enjoy is, have you done, he doesn't do as much. He used to do more regular, but Advanced Knife Bro, he's funny.
Yeah, he is. He made the stump lifter, I believe, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's an interesting little slip joint. It's not my cup of tea. It's a chunky little one.
He lives right around here somewhere, I think. I think he's in Bellchase, not too far from New Orleans. Unless I think he moved. I don't know if he moved away, like away somewhere, or if he just moved houses or what. But I caught a video of his not too long ago. Very good production value again, just like you know, Taylor Martin, and
yep.
You know, a lot of great. And I think there's kind of like different styles of Mr. Eddie said, ooh, New Orleans. I think there's a lot of different styles. You know, you got your normal like tabletop review, overview, disassemblies, and then there's people that have insane production value on the, you know, HD cameras, multiple angles, you know, fixed audio and stuff. That it kind of just depends on. I mean, as far as, you know, in my opinion, like the what I feel like watching, you know, at the time, I guess. But I try to always help with gadgets. Is he's a great dude, and he's got a smaller channel, but he's growing really quick. Tommy does a great job disassembling knives and stuff. You know, I roll Shambo. I watch him a lot.
He's big production value too. He's up there with that. Tri-State and Roll Shambo are the ones I see moving pretty quick there as well.
As far as like the ones I got like the bell icon on, you know, that pop up notifications that, you know, I don't want to miss. It'll, you know, be like help with gadgets, Rob, you know, I try to watch as much as I can. That's pretty much like I put them on in the, you know, on my commute to work is usually about 35 minutes or so in the morning. And then it takes a long time sometimes in the evening time with traffic and everything. So generally about an hour, give or take. So I'll put on, you know, a video pretty much every day. I'm watching something, you know.
That's cool. You know, another one that I enjoy watching the live. I mean, I love Meredith, Sunday nights definitely, but OCD for EDC, he's kind of fun to watch too. I've enjoyed watching his live streams, and I always get a lot of stuff from him. I get the CMEs for my Spydercos. I like putting those on.
Yeah. So. Yeah, him and Molly's live streams on Sundays are pretty good. G-Ball, there's another one. You know, I mean, there's so many that I forget to put them up. But G-Ball is another one. You know, G-Ball is, you know, just like a lot of people are, you know, very approachable and have helped me out a lot. You know, with audit, you know, like what lights do I use, or what, you know, what streaming service, how do you do this? Do you have any advice or preferences on that? You know, it's everybody that I've reached out to, you know, in the community is, you know, as a whole is pretty good, because I've only been doing this since January, you know, and I need all the help I can get. And, you know, Rolshambo, Rob, whatever his name is, from Rob's Nerdy Knives, you know, G-Ball really, he'll go in depth on like the stuff he uses, his lighting, his cameras, all that stuff.
And he's gotten so much better. I saw him when he first started, and his stuff is just keeps improving, and I love to see that, right? And that's a real encouragement. There was a guy I watched the video. He's like encouraging YouTube content creators, and he I forget what it's called. It's Light or something like that. He's got millions and millions of followers, and he's got a whole staff and everything. But when he started, he was not good, and he showed some of his early videos, and I was like, oh, gives me hope. You know, it's like, it's just like me. I was like, all right. So, you know, as long as you just improve a little bit every time, you know, you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I shoot, like most of my stuff or pretty much all of my like videos are done with my phone, you know, because it's easier for me, because I can, like, if I got downtime at work, or if you know, if I don't want to like spend hours and hours on end, you know, like on the laptop. So I use my phone a lot for like thumbnails, and you know, I use CapCut to edit with and stuff like that. So the live streams, I pretty much, you know, unless I'm doing like a vertical stream, I'll use my my laptop for, you know, my normal Saturday morning streams.
Yeah.
What's up, Dugan? Hope you get well soon, Dugan, man.
Oh man, yeah. Feel better. All right. I don't know if you need to do something, you got to do a giveaway, but I'll give you one more question. I got more, but I have one more question for you. I'm trying to see which is all right. So I'll ask this one. Do you have safe queens, or that you never use? And then if they are, what makes a safe queen? If not, is what makes a collection piece?
I would say the Norseman is probably the only one I've got like that. Now, you know, the Norseman, I'll carry it kind of like around the house, or, you know, just, if, you know, kind of flicking it, playing with it or whatever, but I'm not going to take the Norseman, you know, with me to, I work at a oil refinery, you know, I'm not going to take the Norseman with me to work and, you know, mess it all up. So I'd say like the Norseman's probably the closest thing I've got to a safe queen, and pretty much any, you know, any knives that anybody loans to me. You know, I'm not going to hard use any of them or anything like that. I kind of just, you know, experience them, carry them a little bit, you know, lightly around the house, put them right back in the knife bolt, you know, and that's pretty much it. But I'd say as far as a safe queen, you know, one that I don't really use like a knife too much, probably the Norseman would be the only one I've got like that. Like if I'm doing some, you know, like again at work, doing some rope cutting, hard use like that, I'll probably be a little less likely to carry, you know, like the Hinderer to work with me or something like that. Now some people, that's like a, you know, a work knife, you know, that's what they use it for. But you know, I guess it's all relative to, you know, your budget, and also, you know, what you expect out of it.
Now, will you take the Norseman on a date if you go out with your wife on a date?
Yeah, I would do that, you know.
So see, I don't consider that a safe queen then. Even though you may not take it with you to work, you still carry it. So a safe queen to me, at least the way I've always seen people define is, they have it in a case, they'll pull it out, they may flick it open and close, and they'll put it right back. They'll never carry it.
Yeah.
You know? And even then, when they bring it out, it's usually protected. It's somewhere they can't drop it, you know. And so I have one safe queen. It's my dad's knife he bought before World War II, and it's almost 100 years old. And it's a safe queen because it's very meaningful, and that's the only reason.
Yeah, right. I've got now. If as far as with that definition of a safe point I've got, I don't even think I have it in here. I think it's actually in my dresser, but I've got a couple of them, like one from my grandfather who's passed away, and also one my dad gave me, and another one that a friend gave me that's it's a pretty nice little slip joint. I don't even know the name brand on that, but those are some that I wouldn't risk, like dropping or messing up or losing or whatever.
Yeah. Totally can see that.
Not really, like if I buy a knife most of the time, or pretty much all the time, I guess I'm gonna use it in one capacity or another, right?
Right. Yeah, Kevin Smith and Knives, Lefty EDC. That was another one. Totally forgot about that. Lefty. Yeah, I'll follow. I watch all the Lefty stuff too. Yeah, that's another good one. Stasa 23. But I see what Marco says. You should take that Rosie XL with you to work on the oil refiner. I'm sure Mr. Eddie would love that.
Yeah, I'll have to get a signed waiver from Eddie. Look, there he is. He said no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Mr. Eddie wouldn't take him that one out on military duty or combat. I'm pretty sure. It's like I'm sure he's got other knives that are much more appropriate for that.
Eddie said he has a question for you. He said, "What knives are you trading?"
What knives am I? I'm not trading knives. I'm selling some knives because I got to pay for a couple of acquisitions that are coming in. Some big acquisitions. And I said I wasn't going to buy anything else, but well, there we go. But I will be putting them up probably on Blade Binge, and maybe I'll talk about them here in a little bit. But
this Strix has really impressed the hell out of me.
Oh yeah,
I love this thing. I think it's a pretty awesome knife.
That's yeah, that's the one that was is it S90V or is that the M390?
I think it's M390, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the Eddie sent the box and everything with it, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Yeah, that's definitely I got a nice fin. I'd call that like that definitely has a fin swedge on there. Definitely great one for turning. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know what a swedge is even for. Most people use it as decorative, but it's actually very functional.
I like the harpoon on it. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, that's what I'd call it, a harpoon, right? But it looks like a fin, but it's a harpoon sort of.
Yeah, a little harpoon notch.
Mr. Eddie, whenever a TK is done with it, I'll send you the Hypercut Cretan. Oh, okay. Rosie XL and the Simeon Prodigy. Oh, cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. First production Strix version 3, I think, and it's M390. Okay, cool. Then Meredith is saying the mini iridium in ice blue aluminum D2, $56 at Walmart. Oh, that's not bad. That's a pretty good price.
What's more like your size, Rob? Because I've watched a lot of your videos, and I kind of I know you you don't like smaller. I know you prefer knives a little bit larger than like the baby banner, but like something like the Praetorian tie or the like the Mannix XL probably wouldn't be your normal size preference either, right?
Yeah, so the Mannix XL is a little too big. I like the Mannix a lot. That's one of my favorite Spyderco knives too. I can do bigger knives if they handle well, right? So like I had the Exciton by Wee, really cool knife. I liked it, but I realized because I got a large hand and beefy fingers, so I got meaty fingers, and so my grip is about equivalent to someone with an XL hand, right? And if you have regular size fingers, XL hand, if you have skinny fingers, it's like a double XL hand, right? And the widthwise, but lengthwise they're short. So those knives where you need longer fingers to work better, they don't do as well. So like the Vayli, I actually handled the Vayli at Blade Show. Really cool knife, but it's so stretched out, it was hard to work. So I like around an 8-inch knife. It could be up to 8 1/4, 8 1/2. Down to maybe 7 is the smallest. When you get under 7, then you got to be like a pair of 3. You've got to have a big finger choil. It's got to be able to choke up well. Once I get to 3-finger kind of grip, I don't like that. I'm not a 3-finger grip. And my big thing is I like to have it to be able to drop on my finger without guillotining and cutting my fingers. So I like a finger choil. I like something that I can catch it when it drops, so it's not going to cut my finger. Is that the little native?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the little. I have a little native right over here somewhere. Where is it? Did I put it away? Oh, I don't know where I put it. I had a little native out, but yeah, that's a great size one too.
So I can still get a full, like choked back. I can't, but
No,
choked
yeah.
up, still get a full finger,
It's like the baby banter. When you can get it like that, you can grip it like that. That kind of works for me, right? The only problem I have is the action. I had it nice and tuned, and then the pivot started moving on me, and then I tightened it up, and I put Loctite, and I got it a little too tight, so I've got to go through and break it in all over again, and that's kind of a pain. But and that's a 10V one too. That's nice. I like it. It's almost too small because the action's not working like I want. So to me, it has a lot to do with the action and the availability to fidget with it. Because I always tell my wife, my knives are expensive fidget toys. I get it. They're tools, but they're expensive fidget toys. And if I can't enjoy them like that, I don't really enjoy them. I had a Makani, the Wee Knives Makani, the one with the name is a Makani. I think it's. I don't think I'm saying it right. I haven't had that knife in a while. Great knife, but it kept cutting my thumb because when it dropped, it would guillotine on my thumb. And when I get too many cuts, it's like, yeah, you drop out of my rotation, and then it's kind of done.
Yeah, the little natives, it's kind of like towards the minimum, I think, for me. If it didn't have that forward choil, I don't think I would like it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I wouldn't like it either. The forward choil is what saves it for sure.
And closing it, you can give it a little wrist and it'll close about almost all the way. And this one still needs to break in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think they're running on washers. They're running on washers, I believe, for that one.
It is. I've taken it apart when I put the new scales on there. It's definitely washers. And I always like to polish them up. Usually gets a little more even action when you polish the washers. I do that with all my Benchmades, and I get the Benchmades pretty good. I mean, people get Benchmade a hard time, but I can get almost every Benchmade tune to drop shut without any blade play.
Mr. Eddie sends you the Rosie XL to check out.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. I don't know. You might not be wanting to send that one back.
Well, see, I like my Rosie. Here's my Rosie. This is my little Silver Surfer, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can see it, yeah. And so that's my...
Yeah, I can put it on... let me put it on...
I get asked probably every time I do a video or I show it off, I get asked at least 2 to 3 times by email or messages, will I sell it? And I'm like, no, I'm not selling this one. This was the first real powerful Grail knife that I got. I actually was loaned this knife for a review, and the person who loaned it to me allowed me to buy it. And I couldn't believe it because this is the one Rosie that I really wanted. This is the exact version. The golf mill pattern and the stonewash blade. I mean, this is exactly the way I wanted the knife. And when I got it, I was like, and it was amazing. Now, it had Del ring bearings, and it was okay. But after a while, I finally put skiffs in there, and the Del ring was fine at first, but it started getting gritty and not as nice. And once I put skiffs in there, the action is just beautiful. And I find more and more people who will replace the Del ring. And I'm not knocking Del ring. It's a good cage bearing, but mind you, people buy those by the hundreds or the thousands for like $1. You don't buy skiffs for that cheap because there's different quality, right? Different materials, and still a good bearing, but there's a reason why a lot of custom makers are moving to skiffs because they're just that good. They just make it a little easier for them to. He makes a good cage bearing right now, and it really is. It's expensive. I won't lie to you, but it's worth it. And at least when you spend that kind of money, to me it just seems like it's a no-brainer. If you're a custom maker, it saves you some work, and you're not dealing with something that could mess up your action.
Now, did you skiff your purple nip?
No, I did not, because it was a giveaway. I didn't even take it apart. I barely took it out, opened unboxing, and then it was a giveaway because I've already done 3 unboxings and 2 reviews on the nip.
I got the skiffs right here. I'll have to do a video on that. I'll swap it out, do a little bearing swap on it.
It'll be nice. It'll be really nice. Have you ever done a skiff swap before?
I never have.
So my recommendation is 3 things, right? Make sure everything's nice and clean. Make sure it's dry. use a little bit of oil. Usually you want a higher viscosity, like 10 weight, 15 weight oil for the cage bearings. You want the heavier weight for the detent ball and detent track. Some people use very little. Some people will be a little more generous. But when you tighten it, don't over tighten it. Tighten it to just to the point where it stops, and then check blade play. You want to go just to the point where there's no blade play. You don't want to go past that, because that's the perfect kind of where you get closer to the action. And you can tune it to where you can get it to be control drop shut or guillotine drop shut, however you like it, or shake shut drop shut. It's up to you. Everyone is a little different.
Terrence Funderburg wants to know when you're going to come out with a knife.
I've been asked. I have no plans. No, I never got into this with the idea that I'll ever. Hey, thanks, Mr. Eddie, by the way. I've never thought of creating a knife. I really haven't. I don't know what would make a good knife for me. It's not even on my radar at this point, because yeah, I'm just enjoying a lot of good knives out there. We'll see if that ever happens. I never had this secret plan to create a knife and a vision for one. I don't. I really don't. I mean, I know what I like in knives a lot, and I know what are very keen little details in a knife. I mean, if somebody sends me a prototype, and I've done some prototype reviews without publishing the content to give like real nitpicky kind of feedback, which sometimes goes well and sometimes doesn't. Just to say, these are things that I think if you depending on how much you want to invest and what you want to do, these are things that would make this knife amazing, right? That's why I really like Cole's knife. There was a lot of little touches that I picked up on immediately, and I was like, this is someone who really thought about it for a long time. So I thought that was cool.
Kevin Smith says, "Dang, TK, I can't believe you haven't used skiffs. I put them on every one of mine."
They really are. I jokingly tell people, I don't know how many times I get the question, why do you use skiffs? Do you have to use skiffs? I mean, you don't have to use skiffs. You don't really ever, but skiffs can save some knives. So, I mean, I got an Asher knife one time, and I know they're made by Petrified Fish, and it was really gritty. And it was like, I was like, oh, I really don't like it. And I put skiffs in, and it saved the knife. It was like night and day because of the OEM cage ceramic balls that they used. And the thing is, skiffs, how can I say this without you guys making a joke out of it? But skiff's balls are just better. He's got better balls. Skiff's got better balls, better ceramic balls. So they really are. And they're very consistent tolerances. They consistent in all the sizes across. And so when you have 12 or 13 or 15 or 18, that they're all same diameter, they roll well. And that's a big deal. Think about it this way. I mean, would you want really inconsistent steel ball bearings in your car and have that wheel, grind and rock and wear out more quickly? You don't. You want really high precision, right? When you pack that grease in, you want to make sure they're consistent. And that's why if you replace them, you've got to replace them all. You can't just replace one or two because the wear over the years, right?
Hey, see you later, Gaff, man. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Here's hopping over to DVD's live.
Oh, did you want to do your giveaway? I've been talking away. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not doing a giveaway today.
Oh, I thought they were joking with you. Okay, I got you. All right. So sorry.
Yeah, I think they were talking about Eddie's Rosie that's on the table, but
yeah.
Probably next week for 3K. I'm gonna do I am doing a giveaway for 3K. If I get there by next week, I might not, but within the next upcoming couple of weeks, I'm gonna do a 3K giveaway.
Oh, that's cool. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Kevin Smith said my misdemeanor had no ting at all until I put skiffs in it. Man, I bet that would make that thing sing, huh?
So I just saw your post there, Levi. It's like, Rob, I had no idea you should show your hand holding something like a soda can, since those are pretty standard size. Oh, yeah, I could do that. I don't have a soda can here, but I could do that. I don't have anything standard right in here, but I'll have to grab a soda can. I have a Yeti cup. There's a Yeti cup. You can see I don't reach all the way around, but if you're looking at the bottom from the Yeti to the top, so you can see my fingers, kind of big old meaty fingers. One of my videos, people made one of the guy, I remember that was really cool. But you said, man, you got really fat fingers, and I was like, okay. And I, at the time, all my veins are popping out, and I still have arms that are still pretty muscular from when I used to power lift and stuff. And I thought, they're not fat. I got big knuckles from probably maybe arthritis. I don't know, from lifting too many things. I don't know, but they're meaty. They're big. I get it, but they're not. I've seen some chunky fingers, and that these don't really fall into that. There's too many veins popping out for that to be the case.
You could put the a 12-ounce Coke can in the size comparison.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thank you.
That's actually a pretty good idea, man.
Skip's got better balls. Rob's Dirty Knives 2024.
That's like the Discord little post that someone did with me when you were doing those little phrases, and I was reading them out, and I couldn't understand what I was reading. And then when I realized, I was like, oh, it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't realize that. So
it's like a game sometimes, trying to see if I can make Rob say inappropriate things on his live.
Oh, and you did.
And I've got to give it to you. You're pretty good at navigating that.
Yeah. Well, I'm the youngest of 4 brothers. What can I say? I had to go through the gauntlet every morning to get into the shower. So if you guys don't have bigger brothers, you don't understand what that's like. That's like, if you want to get the first shower, you got to go through the hallway of the gauntlet. And that means, didn't have a dad around to say, hey, don't beat up on your little brother. So, there was a lot of that going on. So, that's just kind of how life was.
When you put the skips in, do you put the open side or the closed side towards the like the blade?
There should be no open or closed side.
So it doesn't really matter either way.
Wait. So real quick, what are you putting in? Because it looks like you may not have skiffs. Skiffs are complete phosphor bronze cage. They are completely sealed phosphor. They're like a washer with a cutout in them. If they're crimped over the ceramic ball bearings, they're not skiffs.
Oh wait, those are the ones you sent with the purple nip.
Oh, then I put skiffs in it. The skiffs are already in there.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Then I must have put them in there. If they came with a purple nip, then the skiffs, it already been skiftified. Oh, that's right. You asked me to put skiffs in. I just forgot. I did put the skiffs in for you before I sent it.
I was thinking, man, this thing's pretty smooth for a small for a
yeah. I
smaller
forgot
knife.
You asked me to do that. I'm sorry. I've done probably about 15 knives since then. But yeah. So you can tune that with a little Loctite. If you want the guillotine drop shut, you can tune that by lightening it. Just make sure there's no blade play. You can tighten it a little bit if you want the control drop shut, and then you can do the shake drop shut. Some people are into. It's up to whatever you like. Some people really like the shake shut. Some people like the slow control shut. I call it like a kind of hydraulic shut. And then some people like the shake shut.
I think it's tuned perfect. I like it like that with a little, I give it a little shake and it shuts.
Yeah.
And for a smaller knife, that's really that's hard to get. All right.
Now you can drop the lock bar and it'll drop on your hand as long as it clears and it's not cutting your finger. But the problem I have with the little nip is I catch my big old meaty fingers because I don't have a little itty bitty thumb, a thin thumb to get in there, and I sometimes kind of cover up the entire area, so I lock it.
Yeah, this one, and I think you said you skipped this one too, the Sky High. This one, like as soon as you clear that detent, it's shutting.
Yeah, that's one of those. I catch it on the flipper. You should be able to clear the flipper, the detent, if you catch the flipper at the very, very bottom, and then you can move your thumb out of the way. So you clear it like right there, and you should be fine. Because I was able to do that. You just got to hold your thumb a little bit lower to the very tip of that flipper. Now, if you have a thinner finger, then you might be able to hold it a little higher. But so like, what would be like? Here's my fugitive, right? And when I drop it, I clear it right there on the flipper, and then I can let it go. And then it's already cleared the detent. So my detent is about right. The detent's right there. So once I clear the detent right there, and that's usually with my thumb right there, then I can just see. Now I wasn't clear the detent. You see how it pushed back up? That's what they call a double clutch. So if I'm down here, I'm cleared, and then it can drop.
That's smooth.
Oh yeah. If any knife does the skiffs perfectly smooth, it is a skiff made blade. This is like what I try to get every knife to do, and it came in like this. I've done nothing to this knife. It was tuned exactly like it should be when I got it. I mean, this thing is ridiculously insane. And the funny thing is, I asked Steve Skiff about the skiffs in there, and he even told me the size if I wanted to replace them. So I could re-skiff the skiff and make it a very skiffity skiff.
Let's see. You want to do the Discord pocket check with me?
Sure.
Let's see if I can. I'll try to do this without killing our audio here.
Yeah, no worries. I didn't post anything for today. I did something for yesterday.
All right. To share this tab, can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay.
Good. Where'd my phone go? Oh, here it is.
All right. Let's see. Add the stage. Audio is good. Check 1, 2.
I hear you.
Audio is good. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's coming through on the live. All right.
If you start November 30th, I did the last one on the 29th, so I missed today.
All right. This is all the way. Let's see. No, I did. This is actually right after the last live. So.
Oh, okay.
Reckless Precision. What is that one?
Almost looks like a Sharp by Design kind of knife. What is that?
TM? You recognize the logo?
Is that a custom? That looks like, I'm not familiar with that one. No. That's pretty cool, though. It's really nice. I love the milling on the fuller. I mean, or a thumb hole. I call it a fuller when it's not a round hole.
That's pretty cool.
And that's got to be like a custom or mid-tech. That looks too nice. That does not look overseas made.
Did some like step milling on the thumb hole there. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody knows what that one is. Anybody say they know what that one is?
That was Reckless Precision. There's another view for that's an integral too, I think, right? Looks like it.
Let's see here. Oops, wrong window. Oh, that is an integral. Yeah. Is that the same knife?
Yeah, that's the same one from you did it from another angle.
Oh yeah, that's got to be a custom. That's really nice. Wow. Yeah, it's looks like it's TM Custom Hunt Knives. That I'm trying to find them. I'm seeing if I can find them here. Maybe not. Maybe that's not him. Nope. Thought I found him, but
Meredith's gonna send you 80-20.5 slicer for skiffs.
80-20.5. Yeah, if I use the multi-row on those, depending on it, the multi-row skiffs work really nice on the 80-20.5.
Oh, there you go. Beyond EDC Terramundi titanium integral.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's Beyond EDC. Maybe that one is. Maybe that is Asian made, like in China or Taiwan.
I think they're China. KDM, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. So she's signing off. Gotta go feed Rhodey. Oh, pot pie sounds really good.
What do you call that one?
A Pennsylvania Dutch thing. That's pretty cool. I appreciate you coming in, Katie.
All right, it's Chinese made. It's a Ray. It's called a Ray, and it's a limited edition M390. There's an integral one piece, and they were selling it for $320. That's a great price for an integral. Dang.
That really is.
Wow, and I love the fuller hole, man. That's really done nicely. Sorry. All right.
The only integral I've seen approaching. Well, I mean, it's cheaper than that, but it's that brat, the Kizer brat. But I mean, that's G10.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, MC is doing $395 for some of them. That's pretty amazing, actually.
That is a really great deal for that. When are those dropping?
Hopefully Christmas, but we'll see. It is Coonwood, so they might, you might start shipping them soon. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to see that. I don't know. I have no inside knowledge, but
I know my the Padre I ordered direct from Coonwood, and that thing took I want to say about 4 to 6 weeks to come in.
Got stuck in customs. Did it get stuck in customs?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. That's a bummer.
But that's coming, all the way from China.
Looks like a Voodoo there, and then you got that's either Mini Tempest or Evo Typhoon or Mini Evo Typhoon. It's probably got to be Evo Typhoon, or is that a Mini Tempest? I can't tell. Maybe a Mini Tempest. That's a Mini Tempest.
I need to have Rob in every week whenever I do when I'm trying to identify knives in the Discord pocket check.
It's the Harpoon Mini Tempest. Yeah, it's going to be the Brian his release, not the one off of Caviezel, because I don't think they did the jungle version.
Pretty nice carries there, Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, really nice.
Pons has got the K390 Delica or Indela maybe. It's like a Bestech Good Boy and an Arcfield Pro.
That's cool. It's a button lock.
Yeah, I've got that one. I got that one in a trade actually over here. That's a pretty good little. I think they run around $50-$60. Pretty good little knife.
Yeah, Knife Nut talked about his knife hung in customs for a week. I had a knife that hung in customs for 4 weeks too. That was really tough.
Especially, it's usually one you really want to get your hands on too.
Yeah, it is. So the Excalibur, I fully expect to hit customs and probably get a lot of them stuck because there's going to be a bunch of them coming.
It's Rob's carry, but that was that was the other day, on the 26th.
Yeah, that's an older one. Yeah, that was my Maverick, and then that was when I first got the new Guster leather sheath. I'd ordered that like 6 to 8 weeks ago. That's how long his backlog was, but that's jig titanium kind of leather sheath right there with the jig titanium, the Javi Garcia custom hand milled jig titanium handle. And he did something like that on another leather work that he did. And I said, hey, could you make one of the Javi Garcia cases or slips for that? And he did. And so he made two. He made one with a clip and one without. I wanted the one without. And so he gave Javi Garcia the one with the clip, which is more what Javi does. So if you ever order a slip joint from Javi Garcia, by the way, one of my favorite slip joint makers. He was a understudy protege of Enrique Pena, and his customs are amazing. But Javi Garcia's, he does some of the best slip joints out there, in my personal opinion. Modern slip joints, I'll call it, in my personal opinion. He's a modern slip joint maker. That's actually a Sponto blade, hollow grind, CPM 154, hand satin finished, and it's hand milled. So that knife is fully handmade, hand custom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a grail of my slip joints. It really is.
I love how the handle matches the leather. That's really cool.
Yeah. Now I have some other cases from other folks, but I did that one because Javi himself recommended Guster leather, and he's going to start shipping all his knives with Guster leather. So I wanted to do something that Javi would have chosen.
Ed Durbin's got the what's that? The Wild Species.
Ooh, that's nice.
I think that's the Remet. Wild, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. I got a Wild Species over here somewhere. No, I don't think that's it. What is that one? Maybe so. Maybe it's just a different style than mine, or
it's pretty clean. That's a petrified fish, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, it got to be, because I was thinking it was the Remet wild species, but yeah, I think you're right. Got his Edyard on there.
I like the bigger knives.
It's a better view of it. Fred the lug.
Oh no, that's Megaron. That's Megaron.
Oh,
so
is it? Okay.
That. Yeah, I thought it was Petra. I couldn't see. I looked it on my phone because I haven't been able to log in my computer into Discord. I can only do it on my phone. I guess I forgot my password or something. I just haven't taken the time to reset it.
Oh yeah, that is a Megaron logo, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nice. I wonder what it looks like closed. It looks like it looks like a full flat grind. You could really do a middle finger reverse flick on. Ooh.
It's Fred got. Like the fuller on that one.
Yeah, that's a Proteon. That's really nice. Prince Custom. Princeton, he's the one who designs that. He got Blade Show West Custom Knife with CNC Assist Knife of the Year. See how he polished up the scales? That's why I polished up mine. I did that so it would look a little nicer, especially when I got the Timascus clip for it. The details on this knife are ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Everything he did on this thing is ergonomically brilliant.
I think Eddie was talking about maybe getting one of those.
Yeah, and it fits your hand. I mean, it looks small, but it fits your hand so well. It's just really crazy. Now, I don't know what that one is. That looks familiar, but I can't recall what it is.
I don't know. Fred was Fred. I think Fred was in here earlier.
The Mamba? That's the Mamba? Mr. Eddie said that's the Mamba. Or maybe he thinks it's the Mamba. I could see that. Nice though. Is that a Damasteel? It looks like a Damasteel blade.
I don't know. Nice. Let's see if I can zoom in on that.
And it looks like crosscut carbon fiber or G10 or is titanium. I can't tell.
I think the bolsters are titanium,
or it could be zirconium. Actually, it could be zirconium. Now that I look at it, I bet that's a custom. That's got that feel of like I can't afford it knife. That's nice. That's a beautiful pattern.
Back to the Edyards. We're all the way up to the 28th now.
That's a Tucson.
Belly on that one.
Yeah, I think it's a Tucson. I forget what the blade. What do you call that blade? I think I have it on my chart up here.
It's almost like a shilling, huh?
There's a name for that, and I can't remember. I don't have it on the blade thing up here.
Spook Dizzle says, I know I've been silent for hours, but thank you for entertaining me while I built drawers. Rob's always fun. Get to hop on DVDs live. Thanks for coming, Fook. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
You have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend. Cool drawers, man. Not your drawers like what you're wearing. I'm talking about what you're working on. So just make sure that's clear. Nobody mistake that out of context.
Nobody ever takes anything out of context in a live stream.
No, never.
Hans. Meredith might know what the top one is. It's like a Balisong pry bar of sorts or something, maybe.
Yeah. It's a Thunderbird and looks like a PM2. Vosteed Thunderbird and a PM2 at the front, but I don't know what the back one is, Meredith.
I don't know how we got them to stack like that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a good balancing trick for sure.
That is a really good balancing trick. Nick T353. That was Thanksgiving.
Ooh, that's that French guy. The one on top. No, that's the Custom Knife Factory one on top. It looks like it's carbon fiber, and then you've got the. What is the one below that? That's the. What is that? I know. Can't remember the name of the blade, but. Anybody remember that one?
I'm not sure on that one either.
Yeah, the one is a Custom Knife Factory on top. The Holt. Okay, thank you, Louis. The one on the bottom is a Holt. The one on top is the Custom Knife Factory. It's the. I always see it in superconductor, but that's the carbon fiber. Almost looks like a crosscut carbon fiber.
That's a really nice pattern on there.
Oh, that's Timascus too, or Mokutai or something like that, or Zirkutai.
So you could take it out, huh, and swap it out with another one.
You could, yeah, very module like.
All right, so that was Nick on Thanksgiving. See, Thanksgiving was the 28th, so still on the 28th. Kaleidoscope. Is that the Raiden? I think that's the Raiden, is it? It's like a fireball and.
Is it a Raiden or is that a Voodoo? I can't tell. It's kind of hidden. Maybe it's a Raiden. I first thought it was a Voodoo, but the Raiden and the Voodoo have a similar blade shape, don't they? And then you got a fireball, and then you got a couple of some EDC tools there with a pouch.
And Stasa's another one that I always forget about Stasa, but Stasa, he actually lives here in Louisiana, and I started out watching him a lot also. He did a great job on that fireball.
It is the Voodoo, yeah. That's the Voodoo. It's not the Raiden.
I like that wanted poster. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Jack Wolf and got a Kizer.
It's like maybe a gunslinger. I guess that would fit because that's the OK Corral.
Yeah, I could see that. And you got a wallet, so he's wanted for stealing his wallet. You know, you get it?
Yeah. All right, all the way up to Black Friday now. It's like a Best Deck Sin. Is that a Best Deck makes the Sin, right?
I think so. I don't think it's Riot. And then the other one's the Holt, another Holt, I think.
It might be the, I think that's the same one.
Is it?
Louis' Black Friday carry.
He's flexing there with the LTC, the Quiet Carry LTC, a little copper wood inlaid little pyrite there. And then he's got his Spyderco Mannix, really nice scales, by the way. And then he's got his little Rendition 229 with the kickstop. And then he's got his Prince Customs Proteon with a very nice polished zircoblasted scales. I love that.
I love how that clip matches the scales on that Mannix. It's nice.
Yeah, those are really cool. That's a nice Mettenboss scale. The frag pattern, I like those. me again. Sorry.
Looks like he's not the only one doing flex in there.
Well, I'm only flexing with 2, not flexing with 4. Or how many did he flex with? 5. He flexed with 5. Did an uber flex. Mine's a little flex. And my, if you notice my pry bar, it has a little bit of wood glue on there. I was fixing a chair right before Thanksgiving meal. It was one of the dining room chairs. I guess my kids had a friend over and they were rocking on the chairs, which you're not supposed to do. And they cracked the back of it. So I had to wood glue it together. I put some vice grips on there, and then I had to do some screws to do some structural sturdy up of the brace. And it's actually stronger than it was before, but it was a lot of work.
So Lynch Northwest, huh?
Which one?
The pry bar?
Yeah, that is the what does he call it? There's a name for that one, but it is Lynch Northwest. Yeah, and that's the 3V pry bar. I really, really love that, the 3V, because I've used the heck out of that. I use that pry bar like all the time. I used to think, why do people carry pry bars? And it's like, okay, I get it. It actually makes sense now.
He sent me one for I did a giveaway with a Lynch pry bar, and I love that thing. It was pretty awesome.
Knife Nut 69. It's the all access pass. Thank you. That's exactly it. Yeah, I just looked it up recently too. I keep forgetting it, but it's the 3V all access pass. Ooh, got a little whippersnapper there. Mr. Eddie. Nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. He's got the Warney one, not the sheep's foot on that one. I like the Warney better than sheep's foot. I know sheep's foot's kind of cool. I don't hate it now. I used to not like it, but I'm opening up to it more.
Yeah, I've always liked I think the sheep's foot a little more, just because it's a little seems like a little more utilitarian than the Wharncliffe. But lately I've been kind of going the opposite way, and there's a few Wharncliffes I've got to handle lately that I really like.
I mean, they're functional for precision cutting, right? Sheep's foot's great for big slicing jobs, but Wharncliffe's kind of nice. It's like a reverse Tonto without being a really rigid reverse Tonto.
Yeah. Never gotten to check out the whippersnapper. Pretty cool.
That's a nice one. Ooh, a nice flex there on this one.
Curtis Customs.
Osborne. That's a Benchmade Osborne. I don't know if that's the S90V or is that the M4 version, because that's the steel scales on that one, or the aluminum or titanium scales. That might be one of the older ones. Wow, that doesn't look like titanium scales. That looks like, well, maybe it's titanium scales. I don't know.
That's one I got rid of before I started the channel. Was the Osborne. That's a great knife.
It is. And another Norseman.
Another Norseman. Yeah.
If I was to do a Norseman, this is the type I would do, is a plain Jane like that. I just like, it's really clean. The Rask looks really clean like that too. I like some color to pop every once in a while, but it's got to be just, on some of these really classic designs, I like to let the knife speak.
Knife nut. A quiet carry.
With LCT, that's really nice. And you put skiffs in that thing. It's actually worth putting skiffs in this one. Trust me, it really is.
Mr. Eddie said I'm fancy.
You're fancy. Yeah. Hey, people, if you like the anodization, go for it. I mean, it's up to you. I anodize some stuff. I'll do it. I'm not totally opposed to it.
I don't think I've ever handled a quiet. I've only handled a couple of quiet carries, but I've never handled one that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Pocket Dominator.
Ooh, nice.
Bronzed titanium diamond texture pattern on that one.
Looks like it's got a website on there. RYP Design. I'm not familiar with that one. Is it called a Dominator? That's the name of the knife?
I don't know. Get a closer look at it. RYP.design.
Is it RYP or RIP?
I think it's RYP.
It is RYP, yeah. There is an RIP knives too, by the way. I found that out. That's the Strack, I think that's what they call it. No, this is the Bill Harsey. Ooh, I think this might be USA made.
That's definitely small batch. That's number 93 right there.
Oh, he's a master sergeant, the guy who designed the knives. Oh, wow.
Not giving you any ideas, huh, Ron?
No, it's cool. I've never seen this before. This is a cool one, man. I dig that. I love the... What is that on the bottom part of the knife? You see that on the... Well, you can't see it on this side, but on the back part of the knife, there looks like there's another lock bar for something else. Is it... Does it have two blades in it or something? Let me see.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I can't... I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah,
it is. It's an owl. It's an owl in the back part of the knife.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
I don't know where it's made. It's at that price point that it could be USA made, but it's also got a lot of stuff that it could very well be, you know, made overseas as a production knife. But it sure looks USA made. I don't know. I'll have to look. That's a nice one.
It kind of looks like a cross between a like a Rick Lala Century and a XM18 to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Mark Parks.
Ooh. That's a Russ, right? Or is that one of his Grambo, one of Grambo's other knives? No, that's a Russ. That's a Grambo Russ. And that's in the black titanium. That looks like the original Russ, not the newer one that's smaller. I have, let me see if I can reach it without dropping anything over here. I think, so this is the Russ that he has there. So let me do the backside. Mine's in frag pattern. But you can see mine's a little shorter, and the last drop he did is a smaller version of the Russ. And the one he has there looks like the first drop of the Russ. It's a little bigger. Guy's an Australian designer. I like it a lot. The Russ is really nice. It's a really underappreciated or under known knife.
Meredith's got the OG, and that's a Rosecraft Blades OG, I think.
Oh, nice. Got a big meat cleaver. Technically a reverse Tonto sheep's foot, but you know, it's a cleaver Tonto sheep modified reverse whatever. We'll call it whatever. Oh, Mark Parks. That's Mark's. It was a Russ, and it was the last drop. Your blade looks longer than my blade on that picture. I don't know. That's weird, Mark. So that's Mark's knife. His blade looks longer than my Russ. Maybe it's the dark, the black titanium handles. And she's got an iridium there too. That's nice. I like the brass hardware on there with the aluminum scales.
Yeah, that's really nice. That iridium was pretty a pretty attractive design to me.
I wonder if that was 14C28N. I think that might have been one of the 14C28. I'm not sure if it's D2, but I think when it had the titanium scale, it might be aluminum scales, but I could be wrong. I'm thinking it's a 14C28N version. Wait, it's a D2. No, she has a back version. It's a D2. I'm totally wrong. I feel like that's just could have chosen a better steel than D2 personally, but
the only Kershaw or well, I guess newer release Kershaw that I've got is the Bel Air. I really like it. That's nice.
That's a great one. That's a really, I think it's one of the most I think underrated knives that's out there. People don't really get to see it. Kershaw's kind of knocking it out.
That is it for the pocket check. Oh, let me do. Let's see.
So Knife Nut 69 said he did the texture on the show side. Okay. Yeah, my frag pattern has the texture on both sides, but it's the I guess the inlay that covers the lock bar on the frame lock. Mine had frag pattern on both sides, but you're saying it was just the whole show side is textured, whereas on the other side it's the inlay that's only textured. I got you.
Just gotta put up your channel page if anybody by some crazy miracles not subscribed to Rob. Anybody go check him out, man.
Well, thank you. I have live every Monday. If you're interested, anybody's interested in joining, would be honored to have you guys there.
It's always fun. I always love your lives, Rob. Pretty good time. Who's Rob? Help with gadgets.
It's Ron. So just if when you hear Neil talking, it's Ron. Ron's Nerdy Knives. Does that help Brian and help with gadgets?
Well, I appreciate it, Rob. I think I'm about to go eat something for lunch, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, thanks. It's an honor.
If the bathroom and eating weren't a factor, I could probably go all day with you, man. I definitely had fun. We got to do it again sometime.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna try to set mine up and maybe have you as a guest as well. So I got to figure out how to do it on OBS Studio. It's a little different. I'll send you a link and it should work. But I haven't done it yet. But I know the steps and how to do it. I just got to make it work.
Milton is if you ever need any help with OBS, Milton is, I'm sure would be a great help, because he kind of helped me out. We spent a few hours talking was last week or the week before, and kind of trying to narrow down like why when I do a face cam and a tabletop, it kind of gets glitchy, you know, and he helped me narrow it down to the processor on the laptop. So that's pretty much why I'm sticking with just one camera for now, you know. You need like a genius with that stuff.
So you need some more multi-processing cores, or maybe some more RAM memory or something?
Well, my RAM's are pretty good. I mean, I got 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, that's good.
Just processor.
Yeah, how old is your computer? Is it what is it, like an i5, i3, or?
No, it's fairly new. It's a Lenovo. Cole got it for me for my birthday this year, and I love it. I mean, it's a great laptop. But the processor just can't handle the two camera thing too well without getting. I've done most of my Saturday morning lives have been two camera, you know, before, but I thought it was StreamYard at first, and I thought it was the internet, and I ran a hard line straight from the router to the laptop. I'm getting like 500 megabytes a second minimum internet speed, you know, so I narrowed it down to the processor.
Okay, so
my GPU's not helping.
So yeah, so do you have a graphics processor? How many cores do you have on your main processor, right? So some processors will be like 4-core or whatever, and they'll have certain amount of memory over with, you know, and they're not meant to handle multi GPU swap back and forth kind of stuff. So you'll want to have something that can handle a little bit more of that. The other thing I found for myself was, if you have a laptop, make sure you don't have it on quiet mode or balanced mode. Make sure you have it on power mode. Even if the fan's blowing and going loud, you'd rather have that blowing, because if you do that, you're halting down the processor. You're not allowing the processor to work at full capacity. So you remember that night when my live dropped? It, like, my computer literally overheated and it just dropped. And that was because I had it on quiet mode. And it seems that the live streams, OBS Studio and YouTube is using more processing power, it seems, lately. So I had to like cut down other apps. I had to close down other windows, and I had to let it run full speed, and that fixed everything. And then my sync with my voice and my lips wasn't off.
Yeah, it's definitely always a. I'm surprised I don't think we've been glitchy at all today. So that's something that is good. I think Meredith was I believe Meredith was the last person that I had on, and I was doing the 2-cam thing, and then plus bringing an extra person in, and it was kind of chaos,
Yeah, I need to swap over to my new computer. I haven't done it yet. I haven't had the time to do it, but I have another way newer computer that has like 16 cores or whatever, and it's got the GPU and graphics. I mean, it's really made for this, because I could have 3 4Ks or 2 8K monitors attached to it. So it's meant to handle a high processing for graphics and stuff. But I haven't swapped it over because I got to move a lot of settings over, and it's a lot of little details.
Well, your lives are normally pretty seamless,
Except for that one time when it died.
Yeah, except for the one time when it died.
Yeah. I also restart my router before every live now, just to be safe.
Yeah, I probably need to do that. I restart the laptop usually before a live stream.
And I check for updates. Make sure your updates are done, because if you have half of an update or a partially installed update, especially if it's a Windows update, it can really affect things.
Yeah, especially one of those bigger updates.
Yeah. I had that happen Monday. It installed some massive pack, and I was like, what? And it didn't wait to install it, but installed it, and I saw it. Waiting to reboot with like 6 patches, and I was like, yeah, that's not going to go well tonight. I just need to go ahead and restart. So, well, it's been fun, man. I really appreciate it, Neil. Thanks for having me on, and definitely we'll get set up and do something here on my side, and I'll reach out to you when I can finally get that working. Maybe you can help me test it. So I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Rob. I definitely consider it an honor having you on, man. And definitely, if you guys, anybody listening has not checked out Rob, if y'all want to go see him Monday nights on his lives, they're always fun, always a good time. And also, thank you for your purple nip.
Hey, you're welcome. Have fun with my purple nip. Play away with it.
We'll be playing with Milton Sky High and Rob's purple nip today.
Yeah, I'll know you're flicking my purple nip. I'll know.
Trying to feed the memes, huh?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Somebody will appreciate that, right?
Yeah. All right, I'll see you guys next time, man. Thanks everyone for coming. Rob, thank you so much again, and see y'all on the next one.